Hello, good morning, and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Berenin FM Pumpurugu, Klanam Radio Batog, Kaskia FM Tichiman, and Radio Wawa. Get radio, TV, and online content on the MyJoyOnline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, running mate for the NPP, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, promises to support his boss to execute a formidable campaign after official announcement yesterday. There's more, as the NPP is confident the duo is a sure ticket for victory.
The synergy between these two great lists on our presidential ticket, coupled with their proven track record and transformational campaign message, will help the new patriotic party to secure a resounding electoral victory.
Details coming up shortly. Also, the Attorney General challenges claims by the opposition NDC that President Akufo-Addo is packing the Supreme Court with pro-NPP judges.
Definitely not. So what is this allegation about packing the court? But again, it is worthy to note that the Supreme Court of Ghana is quite unique and different from other Supreme Courts around the world.
And also coming up in business, cement manufacturers warn government of job layoffs and product shortage if new legislative instrument targeting price control is passed. And later, Ibuaka State College acquires full-blown American accent to celebrate sweet victory over rivals after qualifying to the nationals of the National Science and Maths Quiz.
This inspiration is that we are the winners, number one. Number two, we didn't do it without Jesus. It is our God has been doing it from that to now.
Has the accent?
There's more coming up with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson State. And this morning, running mate to the NPP, flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has admitted the task ahead of him is daunting and requires a collective effort from the rank and file of the party to succeed. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, who was unanimously endorsed by the top hierarchy of the NPP yesterday, observed his selection is a call to sacrifice for the country, which he is prepared to take up. We'll get more from his statement shortly. First, here's a report on his endorsement yesterday.
After both the National Executive Committee and National Council meetings, it was a unanimous decision for the approval of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, General Secretary of the NPP. Justin Frimpong-Kodua touted his credentials and indicated the NDC's running mate was no match to Napo.
Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh has a great working relationship with our presidential candidate. The synergy between these two great lists on our presidential ticket, coupled with their proven track record and transformational campaign message, will help the new patriotic party to secure a resounding third conservative electoral victory.
The NPP is expected to officially outdoor Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as running mate next week in the Ashanti region. Samuel Imbura, Joy News.
Also, there was excitement from the Ashanti region, especially his constituency, Mention South.
Well, I would say today is a great day, and a great day is today. We are very happy, as you can see.
We have to celebrate. That's the first thing we have to do, because it's a long-awaited something. Already, we have organized some Jama group here.
Okay. We are happy. We are so happy to hear that.
Well, Samuel Imbura, who observed events yesterday, joins me in the studio with details of a statement issued by Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh after his approval as running mate. Samuel, what exactly is Dr. Opoku Prempeh saying?
Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, in his acceptance speech as the new Patriotic Party's running mate, expressed gratitude and acknowledged the party's rank and file for the trust in him. According to him, his nomination is a divine plan and a call to higher service, sacrifice, and duty. He also thanked the National Council party members and President Akufo-Addo for their support and confidence in him. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh ended his statement with a call for party unity and collective effort to achieve their ambitious goal of transforming Ghana into a prosperous nation. As running mate, he committed to supporting Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the 2024 campaign and serving Ghana diligently.
Thank you so much, Samuel Imbora. Now, head of the Political Science Department at the University of Ghana, Professor Ali Duseidu, says the NPP will struggle to project its running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, to voters who are not part of their party. On that front, with Raymond Akwa, the political scientist wondered if the party could effectively deal with the issue of arrogance.
I'm looking at just 6 months to elections. Yes, you can convince the MPP people or MPP supporters that this is not how it is. There are a few people who have worked closely with Napo and they know that these are just perceptions. Napo is not like that. But we, the larger people outside MPP or even people within MPP, had the chance to fraternize with him. How long will it take them to change their perception? And I think people have been referring to the Doomsday timetable thing. A lot of Ghanaians were angered by it because it has affected their work, it has affected their personal lives.
But national organizer and close confidant of the running mate Henry Nana Boakye believes in the coming days the party will roll out its strategy to counter all negative issues raised about Dr. Prempeh.
I've worked closely with him. For me, I see a lot of confidence in him. I see somebody who is committed, dedicated to his work. I see that he has that energy in him to always turn things around. As a political party, the ticket must be sold to Ghanaians.
Yes.
And that is what we are going to do.
Okay.
That ticket must be sold to Ghanaians.
You won't have
Well, still on elections, Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akuffo-Dampare has affirmed the readiness of the police to oversee the December 7th general elections, promising a proactive approach to election security. He spoke at the inauguration of the Eminent Persons Group 2024.
We are ready. We're ready and we've been ready for years because we have institutionalized and mainstreamed election security for the first time in the history of this country. And that is a message we also want to send to the good people of this country for them to be at peace with themselves, individually and collectively, and be assured that we are on top of the game. Where we need to act soft, we will act soft. Where we need to act tough, we will act tough.
Away from elections, Attorney General and Minister of Justice Godfred Yeboah-Dame is refuting claims by the National Democratic Congress that President Akufo-Addo is packing the Supreme Court with pro-NPP judges. The opposition party alleges what they describe as a conspiracy between the Chief Justice and the President to protect his officials from accountability after he exits office. As a reason, the NDC suspects a recommendation of 5 new nominations. However, on the sidelines of the United States Independence Day event at the Embassy Garden in Accra, Mr. Dame refuted the claims.
I think what I'm aware of is the request by the CJ and all that. I believe that the judiciary, no doubt, is better placed to provide ample justification for the need for an enhanced Supreme Court. But again, it is worthy to note that the Supreme Court of Ghana is quite unique. And
well, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin is warning members of Parliament to stay away from commenting on the alleged extrajudicial killings brought against the IGP in investigations into the leaked tape on a plot to remove him. The Speaker is determined to reduce the discussions around the allegations and is warning MPs not to comment on it, failure for which he will exact the harshest punishment.
Please desist from discussions of this matter outside the House. We should handle this matter with all the seriousness that it deserves. No member of Parliament should be heard or seen commenting on this matter outside the floor of this House. If my attention is drawn to it, I will exact, through the due process of law, the highest sanction that can be visited on a member of Parliament in connection with this matter. The laws are there, and so you can go through them and see what I mean by this.
And you had Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin. Now, the Opoku State College students are convinced they are ready to pull the surprise at both the regional and national championships of the 2024 National Science and Math Quiz. A 71-point victory has initiated that surprise by already changing their accent to a full-blown American slang. James Aveji caught up with some of them.
This inspiration is that we are the winners, number one. Number two, we didn't do it without Jesus. It is our God has been doing it from that to now.
Has the accent been there since, or is it inspired by the 71?
Been inspired by everything from day one to day now.
Meanwhile, three-time regional and national champions St. Peter's have also qualified to the nationals after losing their seeded spot last year. And that's how we end the bulletin here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. There's more news on my joyonline.com. Up next is Business on the Super Morning Show.
Jopana. Go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind safe be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go!
Jopana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, we see you specking your car, taking that trip, chilling on the beach. Charlie, now we want to see this become your story. Simply use your ABSA card 10 times or more and you'll be entered into a monthly draw where you stand a chance to be among 5 lucky winners to take home 40,000 Ghana cedis. The more you use your card, the more entries you'll receive. Earn an extra entry by using the ABSA app or internet banking 5 times or more. No ABSA card? Don't worry. Visit the nearest branch for an ABSA account or card today and make winning part of your story. Promotion is between 1st July and 31st October. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
These LPG stations, do they even have permits to run?
LPG stations are safer now than ever. We are duly licensed and fully regulated by the National Petroleum Authority, with full support from the Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So why worry?
Is it true that these LPG stations are really owned by Ghanaians?
Oh yes. By refilling your gas cylinders with us, you're also supporting local businesses. Sikano Ekeya.
Oh yes. Protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
What is football? I elevated Inter to the pinnacle of European football by winning the treble. I beat the unbeatable Barcelona with Real Madrid, breaking all records on the way. I feel the hearts of the Romanists with joy after winning their first European title. I am relentless, I am ambition, I am a winner. I am José Mourinho. I am football.com.
Place your bets now.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service.
Hi, Mamiusi.
Hello, Kojo.
They have you on double duty this morning, don't
Can
they?
you imagine?
That's all right. Well, can't think of a better person for the job. Which means it's time for us to say thank you to those who brought us the 6 a.m. news. Total Energies, Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. Up next, the Joy Business Report. Thanks to Omni Basic Bank, at your service.
In business, cement manufacturers warn government of job layoffs and product shortage if new LI targeting price control is passed. Also, Nigeria's win bid to host headquarters of Africa Energy Bank after Ghana made frantic efforts to host the bank to accelerate the country's energy transition plan. And also later in the Business Journal, we'll tell you how newspaper reviews on radio and social media is killing the business of newspaper vendors. And this is the Joy Business Report with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Details now. Cement manufacturers say they will be forced to lay off some workers and cut down on the operations if their new ally seeking to control prices is passed by Parliament. The Minister of Trade and Industry, Katie Hammond, this week laid the ally in Parliament. Speaking on PM Express Business Edition, the Chief Executive of the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers, Dr. Dawson Amwa, warned that the ally could result in product shortages on the market.
If you force a producer to sell at a price and it's not profitable, there's market distortion. He would not produce. And if he doesn't produce, there's shortage. Is Ghana ready for shortage?
That is something that is going to happen.
That's something that's going to happen. It's going to have investor deterrent that, cement factory is capital intensive. So it's like now if you're going to force me to sell at this price and it's not profitable, investment will be curtailed. Now, you should not forget, we have workers that have been employed. If a price is quoted for me to sell and it's not profitable,
Dr. Dawson Amwa is Chief Executive of the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers. Meanwhile, the Director General of the Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Alex Dodu, said portions of the regulation have been amended. Key among them are jail terms proposed for directors of firms who fail to comply with the law.
Among your peers, at which you are present on the table, you cannot continue selling because you haven't disclosed to your peers.
What does the regulation say if a company fails to comply with this?
The only thing which will happen to them is that the license of the company to produce cement is suspended, not cancelled. Suspended till they comply with the rules we have all agreed with their peers.
Well, that's Director General of Ghana Standards Authority, Professor Alex Dodu. There's a repeat of this discussion on Joy News at 11 a.m. later this morning. The former Finance Minister said Tekpe has cautioned government against painting an overly positive picture of the country's economy by focusing only on non-interest expenses and primary balances. He emphasized that these measures don't show the full extent of Ghana's economic issues as they often ignore crucial factors like interest payments, unpaid bills and debt repayments. He spoke in the media dialogue on Zoom.
We have been complacent with using offsets to say we are doing well. We have been complacent by showing bailout costs, energy and banking bailout costs. Depositors are still not paid by pushing it to footnotes. These have been corrected. And so they say once beaten, twice shy. Again, is a major caution. And why are we saying this? Your primary balance excludes interest. For a country whose main problem, as I keep saying, is default, not paying interest, not just principal, to exclude that interest as a criteria for your performance, for me, it's making us complex.
Well, Nigeria has been selected to host the headquarters of the newly established $5 billion Africa Energy Bank. The decision was taken after a thorough technical inspection by the Africa Petroleum Producers Organization and Afrexim Bank, which jointly promotes the Africa Energy Bank. Speaking to Joy Business, energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleimana said the establishment of the bank will attract the needed investment to help African countries like Ghana transition its energy process easily.
Investment to the extent that when at the point in time where we are gravitating towards to where we are already in, where Africans are struggling to get investment into their own portfolio, huge capital projects within the African continent. Ghana has been struggling to get to get investment within our upstream for almost a decade now. It's not been easy. Why? Because of these things. So, but if you have a seed capital of that sort, where Africans can depend on their own resources, their own capital pool, I think that will help to champion our own destiny, to be able to transition on our own pace, and to be able to work perfectly among ourselves. You can imagine Africans trading with external parties far outstripping how they trade among themselves. That is quite unfortunate, and that's how come we are where we are.
Now, accounting and auditing firm KPMG has partnered with the Educational Directorate of the Greater Accra region to support infrastructure for some selected schools in the region. The move is part of its corporate social responsibility to impact communities. Senior partner Anthony Sepong, at a handing over ceremony of a new ICT lab to the Abilene Basic School, spoke on the issue.
Investing in various infrastructure like the KG infrastructure, the washroom, and today we are handing over the ICT lab. The importance of it is that it gives opportunity for the learners to be able to begin to imbibe technology and digitization learning, which is part of the generation that they are born into. And that way we give them the education and be able to build their skills in computer and technology so that when they finish their education, they can really contribute to our nation building in Ghana and the world at large.
Now to business journals. Newspapers have been a source of news in the country for many years. However, it appears the emergence of technology and social media have reduced the interest in the purchasing of it. In today's business journal, we hit the streets of Accra to assess the state of patronage.
Newspapers have been a trusted source of information across the globe. Many check the dailies for current happenings, analysis on socio-political and economic issues, social and funeral announcements, job vacancies, and more. In the past, people often stop by newspaper stands, read headlines, and have conversations on some of the topical issues. Unfortunately, it appears this is not the situation anymore. The colonial masters introduced Ghanaians to newspapers in the 19th century. I had the opportunity to interact with two newspaper vendors, Francis, who usually hawks newspapers near the National Theatre on the Independence Avenue, and Auntie Rebecca. Auntie Becky tells us she has been selling newspapers since 1984.
We started 80s to 84. No?
I started selling newspapers in the 80s.
86.
Sales were booming in the early 80s to the early 2000s.
90 something. No?
Now sales are very bad.
10 years ago,
in Ghana, the Royal Gold Coast Gazette was the first newspaper to be published in April 1822 by Sir Charles McCarthy, the then governor. However, the first newspaper to be published by a Ghanaian is the Accra Herald. It was published by Charles Bannerman in 1858. It was also the first newspaper to be published by an African. Francis, who has been selling newspapers since the early 2000s, blames newspaper reviews on TV stations and radio stations and also on social media platforms for the low patronage.
Already, newspaper reviews are discussing the major topical issues as well as online portals.
Some newspapers also attribute the low patronage to the emergence of online news portals and social media. While some newspapers have slashed production by almost 60% due to the low patronage, the situation has caused others to completely fold up. Sophia Sarr, who prefers to get the latest news from online platforms, explains why she would not go to a newsstand.
I'd rather visit online portals to check out major headlines. I think it's more convenient than visiting a news stand.
Though Sefa, an entrepreneur, will prefer to stop by a newspaper stand, he is not interested in buying due to the same reason.
When was the last time you bought a newspaper?
I can't remember. Any information that you need now, you can easily get it on the internet. So usually, when I stand by the
stands. I just want to see the interesting stories so that I can follow up on the internet and get any information I wanted to get.
Auntie Becky and Francis laments the harsh effects of the economic situation.
The economy is tough.
I used to sell up to 40 papers a day.
This is what they do to survive since patronage has been low.
Now I sell sobolo and pure water just to keep up.
With the insurgence of digital platforms and social media, it is unclear what the future of newspapers are. For Auntie Becky and Francis, they are not optimistic it may get any better. They fear the business of selling newspapers will soon collapse.
And that report there by my colleague Isaac Atasenyako read to you. Now to the commodities market. Crude oil increased to $87 a barrel. Gold also went up by $6 to open trading at $2,363 an ounce. And cocoa is selling at $7,706 a ton after losing $82. Also in currency news, the dollar is going up for 15 cedis 46 pesos. The British pound is going for 19 cedis 76 pesos. The euro, on the other hand, is going for 16 cedis 73 pesos. And that's it for the Joy Business Journal. I am Mamiesi Nyamichet Thompson. Winston takes over on the Joy SMS.
Thank you very, very much, Mamiesi Nyamichet Thompson, for joining us with the Joy Business Report here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Coming up is the inspirational song for today, and is one by Harmonious Choral here on the Super Morning Show. It's a High Life medley.
Anyway.
There's no Sugakope in the song.
I miss Sugakope.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Well, what do you go to do there anyway?
I love Sugakope.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I've got some friends there. I love to visit. Hello, Ray.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
I've got some friends that I love to visit.
Who
are those friends?
No, Miko, I'm no longer interested. Please proceed.
Thank you, Raymond.
Please, we understand all your friends because you have friends across the country.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm a man of the masses.
Almost a man of the people. You're almost there.
This one needs further and better material.
There is no further, there's no better that's required here.
Let us proceed in an orderly manner.
Yes.
No.
But what is the big deal? The man has friends across the country.
That's all.
He's particularly in love with those.
Particularly friendly with those in Sogakofe.
Kojo, the way you are pushing it is becoming problematic.
You said in love.
Oh,
I said friendly. Exactly. I said friendly. Somehow mine is problematic.
Yes.
Let's get into our Drive Safe campaign.
Let us.
Brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So focus on the task at hand. Defensive drive is always about being focused on the task at hand, which is driving safely. So when you're behind the wheel, the main focus must always be what's going on the road. Keep the radio volume low and don't let passengers distract you. A defensive driver is always assessing their surroundings for potential hazards and keeping their attention on weather and road conditions to monitor any changes.
I like that. All right, then. Let's learn how to say it right.
Yes, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. Kingdom quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Okay, so we'll bring you say it right shortly. Just give us a minute.
Which means we can get straight into the news review. And that comes to us thanks to Syntex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough, and Access Bank, more than banking.
Now, the biggest story on the front page is the 2024 presidential race. Bawumia, Opoku Prempeh ticket sealed. So the National Council of the NPP yesterday, the second highest decision-making body of the party, has endorsed Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as the running mate of the party's flag bearer for the December 7 presidential polls. And yes, there was fanfare after the event. There was fanfare in his constituency, and there's a lot of commentary post that.
Yes.
And there's a lot of dynamics that people have been talking about, also about Napo's own. Even the General Secretary who reviewed that took time to go through his CV and also go through the things he has done, from the education to the energy ministry and all of the things that have happened there. Basically saying that this is the man that brought us free SHS. It almost sounds like President Akufo-Addo saying, I'm the one that repealed criminal libel. The Akufo did what? The Akufo, the president, what did he do? Anyway, of course,
Akufo-Addo's last State of the Nation address is anything to go by. In the midst of all the criticism,
he says it's for him.
You can put the blame on me.
But
as you put the blame on me also, you must recognize the fact that all credits come to me. But of course, when you are a minister and the president tasks you to do something and you're able to achieve it, a majority of the credit will go to the president. You can also claim some of the credit.
Co-credit.
Yes, co-credit. You can also claim it. Because in fact, if it
fails,
fails,
the vice president.
You see, if you are vice president, we had, by virtue of convention, indicated that the vice president is the chairman of the economic management team. Today, we're being told...
And supervisory minister for the communication and digitalization.
Yes, but
sector.
Today, the vice president breaks it down and says that the governor of the Bank of Ghana in charge of the monetary aspect, the minister of finance in charge of the fiscal, and he playing a supporting service. He said he was supporting them. So he plays a role
as chairman
by supporting both
monetary
and fiscal. And he did it with the championing of digitalization of the Ghanaian economy.
In support of monetary and fiscal policies.
But that notwithstanding, when you are part of
it is that way standing. But okay, well, you
I'm making a point. When you are part of a government, and as Dr. Bawumia, one who was touted as the savior of the economy,
the solution to our problem,
you cannot say that, I wasn't in charge of the economy, so I cannot be blamed. You're part of it, and you will take the blame.
Yeah, I mean, the I cannot be blamed part, I don't know if I've heard him say that. But you are right, he can't say that. Yeah, I mean, it's not... I don't know if I've heard him say that, but no,
You would, if you were in the government in any capacity, then whatever results this government has yielded, I'm sorry, you cannot remove yourself from it.
In the mate's capacity.
But I don't think he has said that. I don't think he has
when
said
the
that.
policeman
He cannot
arrests
be blamed.
the church vehicle, it's not the driver they take in.
Yes.
The mate, what happens to the mate?
Yeah,
So,
you know,
yes, I mean,
depending on the situation.
Well, I have never
he
seen
might be a recipient of a slap or
being
two.
arrested before. All I have seen is the police arresting the drivers.
Yeah.
You're right also, because at the end of the day, there's definitely, we saw President Akufo-Addo's face on the ballot paper.
Yes.
But all of us here would agree that in 2016,
even before that.
Yes, so the 2016 election, Dr. Bawumia won it for the NPP. He actually set, the agenda. He set the agenda in a way that the elections boiled down to the Ghanaian economy.
He was,
but that still did not put him in charge of the Ghanaian economy.
Well, you see, if we want to do analysis here, if we want to look at the context of everything.
Yeah, Bawumia, has he said he was not in charge of the economy?
But he has told you that the Minister of Finance is in charge of the fiscal.
What he has said.
This thing is in charge of the monetary.
What he has said.
And he plays support service.
What he has said is
that. When you take out monetary and fiscal, which other areas are available?
Support.
Well, so that's the point.
So digitalization and all of these things. Yes.
So that's the point. That's the point. But anyway, let's talk about NAPO.
Oh, well,
because we have a lot of...
The way you are making it look like this is a Bawumia conversation, I only introduced...
I haven't said that.
Yeah.
You asked a question, which I was answering.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
are we back to
No. I'm moving on, Kra.
I just wanted to say that his acceptance speech seemed to be touch on some very good points. He seemed to be quite what's the word? Conciliatory. Thanking all facets of the party for supporting him. I liked what he said about God having guided him to this point. And he said he prayed for more guidance from God. That was interesting.
So God has done a lot in this country.
We'll see how. We'll see how God guides him.
On Top Story yesterday, I said something. I said, look, everybody knows Napo's challenges when it comes to his communication, but now that he has been made running mate, he will not be the Napo who was energy minister and you can get everything, because now the party's electoral fortunes, you also play a role. And the party would make sure that they control the things that you say. Now more than ever, he would succumb to a lot of things. I mean, after all, Nanado, by 2015, 2016, we saw him.
I like the spokesperson appointed for him.
Yeah, that seems to have some strategic direction to it.
I think
Fifi Boafo
is level-headed enough. He takes his time. You can sense that he doesn't just speak. So the likelihood that there will be any, spillovers, it is not going to come from him. At least we know that for a fact.
You mean it's not going to come from Fifi Boafo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
It's not going to come from him.
Who is it going to come from?
I know, we know that for a fact. Now, let me move on to the other stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Amend Bank of Ghana Act. IEA is the one saying so. Among the people whose monetary policy people act.
Yes.
Yes.
The monetary side.
Yeah. Anyway,
of the economy.
Yeah. The one that the vice president is not in charge.
He's not.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
he's not.
The fiscal side too is not.
He's support.
Support services.
Digitalization.
Now, corruption. Filthy, despicable act of treasury. This is your Chinhine making the point greatly. And Osajifo Amoatio for opinions on the front page of the Daily Graphic. The other stories are MPP and NDC in close contest for Wenchi seat. That's also here. And GES introduces self-posting model for colleges of education. And negligence suit rocks Central Aplao Hospital. That's also on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning. Where's it?
The Wenchi seat.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where Kojo Frempong is. Yes, that's where Professor Jan Bafo lost in the 2020 elections. Traditionally, an MPP seat looks like it will go back to the NPP. There are times that when you have been MP for a very long time, and the people tell you they don't want you, and you force your way into winning primaries. they will vote against you. And that's what happened to Professor Jan Bafo in the 2020 elections. We saw that, at a point in time, we saw it in Nabdam, where the NPP was able to win the seat after, Asaga having been there for a very long time. You saw it in Talensi also, where the NPP was able to win the seat because John Tia had been there for a very long time. Now, when the NPP, Robert Muzori, decided to become chief, they go into a by-election, they lost. But even with the Nabdam seat, for instance, they go into the next election. When the NDC changes a candidate, they lose. And so this is certainly an NPP seat. It will be very difficult for the NDC to hold on to it.
I know you were moving on, but there are other interesting stories that I need to bring to your attention. Sure. Biden stays course, not pulling out of race. That's the U.S. president. The UK people finished their elections yesterday, and it looks like the end of the 14-year rule
the end. He has
of the Conservatives. It has come to an end. The people do not understand. They have never understood that a man who spends millions heating his pool should be leading them. They have never understood that concept. They felt it was a forced system and it was forced on them, and they had to find a way of making sure they clear him. That a man who does not represent them in any form or shape, they say he has never walked the mile in their shoes.
Yes.
So he cannot be the man representing them. And they kept on drumming that home. I don't know whether there was any other campaign message that was more potent than that.
But
they kept on drumming that home at all levels. But in the Republic of Ghana, we deliberately choose people who have never walked in our shoes before. But that's a different system.
No, but in fact, we choose them because they've never walked in our shoes before.
I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends who's British, and he was telling me that, look, if Boris Johnson was the leader of the Tories, he still would have managed his way to win this election.
Really?
Yes, because as for Boris Johnson, no, I mean he's like a Donald Trump.
He's malleable. He can do a lot of things with his life.
Yeah, you can hit him. After all, he went helping someone to, carry bags of stuff, just to make sure that he's able to win the next election. And he actually films it. The man says, well, I mean, after you win, I won't see you again. But he says, you see me, but I'm going to do it. Even when he was fighting the man, he still decided to do it. And this is the point. Boris Johnson, actually is one person. Hate him, but he has a nice way of getting things around. He was MP, stepped down, became mayor of London, became MP again. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he
pops up again.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Except that the biggest tool they used for that election, this anti-EU agenda, has now been proven to be a very useless agenda. In fact, the United Kingdom has suffered more for pulling out of the EU than it has suffered from every single catastrophe or financial problem it has had in a long while.
But sometimes you have to let the majority discover for themselves that they are wrong.
Okay, well.
It's very difficult to convince the mob once they get going, to see things in a 360 way. So now they know.
Well,
now they know they goofed.
The last story is that let's build our own global hotel brands. This is Labadi Beach Hotel MD David Eduafo. He's called for deliberate measures to build local world-class hotel brands in the Republic of Ghana. While AI can enhance our operations, he said also, hospitality is fundamentally about people, and we must ensure that the human touch is preserved. I have been to Labadi. I've been to hotels that look like Labadi elsewhere across the country. You can see that sometimes the service makes a lot of difference. Yeah.
Maybe that's what Rock City Hotels wants to bring to the...
Well, let's get to the daily guide for this morning. And Tap and Go taxis come alive August. So you know of a Tap and Go, the ride-hailing app, and we're told that barring any unforeseen circumstances...
The expertise of the Vice President.
Yes, the government will formally launch the much anticipated Tap and Go system for commercial taxi drivers in the country on August 12, 2024. And that's, the Vice President dropped the hint yesterday at the quadrennial delegates conference of the GPRTU held at the Pentecost Convention Center in Gomua Fete. Yeah, so that's doctor digitalization.
Yes.
Also on the front page,
the support services provider.
Yes. When you provide these support services, at the end of the day, they may go to complement the fiscals and the monetary aspects of the Ghanaian
Absolutely.
economy.
Very well. So Napoto will provide support services.
Please. Wait till Tuesday.
Okay, no, I wanted to be sure.
Before you let me, CJ bounces Martin Amidu over SP is here.
Oh, okay.
And it says that the Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono has dismissed a petition by former Special Prosecutor Martin Alamisi Ben Kaiser Amidu, which sought to remove his successor from office over allegations of procurement and human rights breaches. So information available indicates that the Chief Justice, after a careful consideration of the petition, came to the conclusion that the factual and legal foundation of the petition fell short of the standard required to establish a prima facie case for the removal of Kise Jabeng as the special prosecutor.
Did you predict this outcome? Did either of you predict
No,
this outcome?
I was not sure, to be fair, even though, see, the kind of human being Martin Amido is, sometimes you want to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has pursued a lot of selfless ventures in this country. He's, in fact, the man we forget sometimes, single-handedly took on Alfred Agbeshi Woyome when it wasn't obvious that even the state was so much interested in pursuing this matter the way he pursued it. So you can sometimes give him a long rope because you want to believe that he means well, even if it appears finally he gets it wrong. Because that's how law mostly works. I take a view, you take a view. Then a grouping or an individual will take a decision that, no, I think your view should be the one that should remain potent now. So basically, the special prosecutor has an opportunity to remain. What's the name of the song that he likes?
Angwanoma.
Yes. To remain in that particular role for as long as it's expected of him anyway.
Okay.
Hopefully, he does what is expected.
So this one still on the front page. Napo NPP okays Napo for running mate. It's here.
So it was unanimous, apparently.
Yes. At least that's the word that the National General Secretary used.
We're not there, so but
you say you were not there, but the General Secretary said that it is unanimous.
And the appeal
he was not there.
He didn't go eventually. He said he's a member of the National Council.
Yes,
so he was going to be there.
What's the name? I asked Henry Nanabuachi about it. He said he didn't see him. He looked through, he saw the people coming and going out. He didn't see Andy Kwame Apiakubi of Asante Achem South. There. North, yes.
He didn't see him there. Okay.
He didn't see him there.
Maybe he was advised not to show up. But government secures $100 million for cocoa farmers, for cocoa farms rehabilitation. And so we're told that, the government has secured $100 million from the World Bank to rehabilitate overaged and unproductive cocoa farms to help improve cocoa production and livelihoods of farmers. And so the CEO of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen, revealed this to journalists during a field tour to some cocoa farms in Asinfosus in the central region, stating that rehabilitation work would be provided in 6 districts of Ghana. But talking about the World Bank support, that actually reminds me of Garrett. Raymond, we're expecting some $150 million this year. Flood
it was listed as part of the things that the Minister of Finance says were supposed to be coming in.
Yes, we have already received some $200 million. But I ask myself the question, what is there to show? And for all these partners who, whenever we go to them, yes, we're getting sometimes loans, sometimes grants, but do they really find out what we use these monies for?
Yes, I thought they were more competent at monitoring and evaluation than our people.
Yes, so I'm just curious because we have been dredging Odo since I was a boy. We are still dredging Odo.
It appears that's our solution.
And consistently, today, we moved from, we said, we needed $600 million. Today, we're talking about needing $5 billion, which we say, if we don't spend $5 billion, we may actually need more.
At the earlier attached part, we're needing about $2 billion.
And we said, anytime you delay, we actually get to spend more. So I'm just interested in this conversation. Do our development partners, those who give us grants,
or don't you check off something off their books?
Yeah, are they interested in what we use the monies for also?
No, it's an important point.
Yes.
It's an issue that has come up a lot of times. In fact, when people question the relevance of aid, it is also the bit that it rather fuels corruption than get to the people who are supposed to get it. It's the reason why they form partners in the country so that they can deliver the same things without having to go through the government structures and all of that. But this money is coming to government. We have already listed it as one of the reasons why our city will survive. Do you get one point?
Yep.
So hook or crook is to be some support for the city. I'm not sure how that plays out, but it's supposed to be.
Do you know whose opinion I'd be very interested in hearing on this matter?
the Attorney General. I would like for him to explain to us whether if you have a job to do in government, you fail to do it, and as a result, the cost of doing that job increases because of time passed.
Whether you have willfully caused
Have
financial
you
loss.
willfully caused financial loss to the state or not? I would be very interested in his determination of that. Yes, if you deliberately fail to do your job until it becomes too expensive to do it, have you willfully caused financial loss to the state? Anyway, let's get on with the online review, shall we?
Yes, let's do.
It's brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest, Goil Good Energy, Yenara India, and G&J Technical Services, celebrating 30 years of providing backup power in Ghana.
Yes, and Good Energy has hit the road with exciting choices to energize your vehicle. It is giving you more options to take you further. Watch this space for your choice. Goal is an idea.
And this summer, experience the perfect holiday getaway courtesy the Zenith Bank Visa card. Spend a minimum of 3,000 in at least 5 transactions with your Zenith Visa card and win an all-expense-paid trip to the Olympic Games in Paris. Also up for grabs are other consolation prizes. Don't be left out. Make it a memorable summer with your Zenith Visa card. For more information, visit zenithbank.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
All right, cement shortage imminent as legislative price control could slash production. Dr. Dawson Amo is the one raising this. You remember that question came up when we interviewed Professor Dodu.
The Director General of the Ghana Standards Authority indicated that production levels are dictated at that
by
level.
the LI.
Yes. So increasingly, I think the producers, they make their case worse. It's almost that they are threatening you and I that any attempt to make sure that people can afford it will be problematic for us too.
Exactly.
I don't know how that argument is supposed to go, but it sounds very much cartel-like.
Yeah. Okay, the president has spoken. Bawumia Opoku Prempeh ticket excellent for NPP, according to Akufo-Addo. Thank you for approving astute and brilliant Opoku Prempeh as my running mate. That's Bawumia to the neck. Plot to oust IGP. Go back and complete your work. Speaker directs the special committee. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because there were disagreements in Parliament.
Exactly.
The chairman says this is not what we agreed on.
Yeah. They say you should go and make findings.
Yes.
There's a major plank of the findings you're supposed to do. So, this one we don't care. We put it aside.
Imagine.
But you spend quality time taking different videos every single week to audio to go and review.
What was that about? What was that move?
Financial loss should be discussed.
What was that move about? That release of a report without the chairman of the committee.
Yeah,
you know.
and
what was that? What was that
was in a
about?
hurry to launch out to it. Oh yes, we will get it. Anyway.
Well.
So how do we now call that report? The interim never made public report, but it was public because it was late and it was part of the process. But now the report is completely useless.
Was the shy body report. Anyway, listen, before we go for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank, believe with us, an Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime. Here is how to say it right.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
First, I'll spell it. ENVELOPE. Now I'll say it. Envelope. Envelope. Not envelope. Envelope. Some people even say envelope, which is a lot worse. Please, let's all agree, going forward, that it is envelope, okay? The word starts with an E, not an O, so I have always been baffled about that weird pronunciation I keep hearing. Envelope comes from the French word envelope, which means a wrapper or enclosing cover. Now, it's important to note that envelope is a noun, but there is also the verb envelope. ENVELOP, which means to wrap or completely surround. Either way, it is never pronounced with an O at the beginning. So, that's settled. It's envelope, not envelope, and most certainly not envelope.
Let's
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
These LPG stations, do they even have permits to run?
LPG stations are safer now than ever. We are duly licensed and fully regulated by the National Petroleum Authority, with full support from the Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So why worry?
Is it true that these LPG stations are really owned by Ghanaians?
Oh yes. By refilling your gas cylinders with us, you're also supporting local businesses. Sikano Ekeya.
Oh yes. Protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
Say donut, 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 donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Oh, malaria chill. Oh, popo. What do you mean? I want you. No, not. A dabako. No, not. A damien. No, not. A damien, sir. No, not. No, not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujum ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302-680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
In a change to our schedule, we'll be rejoining Newsday for extended coverage of the UK's general election results. You can listen to Witness History and the story of a provocative song that became a protest anthem at bbcworldservice.com. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to an extended edition of Newsday on the BBC World Service with Victoria Wanhunda and James Copnall.
We are continuing coverage of a change in British politics with Sir Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, to be the next UK Prime Minister.
People here and around the country have spoken, and they're ready for change, to end the politics of performance, a return to politics as public service.
The Conservative Party has suffered heavy losses. Many senior politicians have lost their seats, including the former Prime Minister, Liz Truss.
We'll look at the issues that led to the Conservative collapse, the rise of the party further to the right, Reform UK, and whether Labour can afford to deliver on its promises.
And we'll bring you an update on a renewed push to end the bloodshed in Gaza too.
All that and more, but first, the latest BBC World News.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. The Labour Party has won the British general election and is on course for a landslide victory. Keir Starmer, the man who'll be the next Prime Minister, addressed jubilant Labour supporters, saying his government would work hard.
We said we would end the chaos, and we will. We said we would turn the page, and we have. Today we start the next chapter, begin the work of change, the mission of national renewal, and start to rebuild our country.
It's been a terrible night for the Conservatives. Many of the party's big names have lost their seats. The outgoing Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, acknowledged the scale of the losses.
The British people have delivered a sobering verdict tonight. There is much to learn and reflect on, and I take responsibility for the loss. To the many good, hard-working Conservative candidates who lost tonight, despite their tireless efforts, their local records of delivery, and their dedication to their communities, I am sorry.
Despite its overwhelming victory, Britain's Labour Party did not actually increase its share of the popular vote. The election result was more a consequence of the Conservative Party losing support, as Paul Moss reports.
Britain's Conservatives sometimes refer to themselves as the natural party of government. If so, they're living through very unnatural times. Not only have vast numbers of Conservative MPs lost their seats, they include leading figures. Liz Truss, who was Prime Minister less than 2 years ago. A record number of current cabinet ministers toppled. The recriminations have already started. Figures from the party's political right saying they should have been tougher on immigration, should have cut taxes. Moderates insist the Conservatives must return to the political centre. These look like the opening salvos of a forthcoming civil war.
Keir Starmer, who will become Britain's Prime Minister later today, entered politics just 10 years ago after a long career as a lawyer, including a spell as Chief Prosecutor for England and Wales. He made his mark fighting human rights cases. As he's frequently tried to remind voters, he came from a working-class background, the son of a toolmaker, and was the first of his family to go to university. While he's been ridiculed in British newspapers for a lack of charisma, voters appear to have embraced the Labour message that he's solid and sensible. In other news, an heiress to the Disney fortune has said that she will withhold donations to the Democratic Party until President Joe Biden withdraws from the US presidential race. Abigail Disney, who's been a long-standing Democratic donor, was speaking to CNBC News. Mr. Biden has faced growing calls to stand aside from the Democratic nomination since his faltering performance in the first televised presidential debate against Donald Trump last week. BBC News. Polling stations have opened in the Iranian presidential runoff, which is being contested by two candidates, one Conservative, the other a reformist. Turnout in the opening round was a record low. The Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has called for greater participation. Caroline Hawley reports.
The two candidates offer radically different visions of Iran within the country's theocratic system. Masoud Pezeshkian, a former heart surgeon, wants greater liberalisation, less enforcement of the hijab, and engagement with the West. He's up against Saeed Jalili, who's been likened by opponents to the Taliban. So although the Supreme Leader has the final say, this is a consequential election, not just for Iran, but the world. Turnout will be key at a time when many Iranians want to see an end to the entire clerical establishment.
A new round of indirect talks between Israel and Hamas are expected to be held in Qatar later today, aimed at securing a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is sending the head of the Mossad intelligence service, David Barnea, to the stalled talks. A senior Biden administration official told reporters that new Hamas proposals presented on Wednesday had brought a breakthrough. India's main opposition leader, Rahul Gandhi, has urged the authorities to offer more financial help to those who lost their relatives in a deadly crush earlier this week. More than 122 people, most of them women, were trampled to death as a crowd surged to get the blessings of a spiritual leader. Hurricane Beryl is expected to make landfall on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula early on Friday. Some of Mexico's top tourist resorts, including Cancun, are preparing to be hit by the storm, which has re-strengthened to a Category 3 hurricane. Many homes and businesses have been badly damaged in the Cayman Islands. At least 10 people are known to have died in the southeast Caribbean. That's the latest. BBC News.
Every morning you wake up to the Super Morning Show. 99.7, that's the way to go. And when you're feeling down, Joy will pick you up. That's what we're here for. Keep tuning in for sure. It's the Super Morning Show.
Let's go. My body, when you wake up in the morning, and you know the money calling. Oh, you a work. But you know it's out there your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out there your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I did for you. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I dey your side, fidelity.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Hello, Auntie Araba. Hey, Bugger, how are you doing today? I want to buy Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, but I don't have enough money. So what are you going to do? Can you give me the big size? You know, as for me, I'll pay the balance later.
Today, no credit. I haven't sold much this morning. If you don't have enough money for the big size, why don't you try the 120-gram pack?
There's a 120-gram pack? Introducing the new Pepsodent Cavity Fighter in 120-gram pack size. More affordable and convenient. Get yours today from any supermarket near you. Every smile matters. This advert is FDA approved.
It's Friday!
touch.
I'm interested in whether when you started dancing, this was one of the songs you were using.
It's 7:23 on the Super Morning Show right here on Joy 99.7 FM.
Well,
and we've got lots and lots to get through today on the show. These people are going to try and
Barracuda.
That is a lie in Jesus' name.
Contestant number 15.
This is Joy 99.7 FM, your election headquarters. That's right, it's your election headquarters, and yesterday was the moment that the campaign came together with its ticket for the NPP. Listen to this.
It brings to us a bold, confident, hard-working, result-driven, decisive, grassroots mobilizer, charismatic, patriotic, and demonstrable, incorruptible person. That's simplifies who Dr. Opoku Prempeh is. In fact, he's a leader with a clear track record of achievement, and he shares Dr. Bawumia's vision of bold solutions for our country that are responsive to the needs, opportunities, and challenges of the 21st century. In this respect, he complements our flag bearer in many significant ways, and the two enjoy a warm personal relationship anchored in deep mutual respect.
The synergy between these two great leaders on our presidential ticket, coupled with their proven track record and transformational campaign message, will help the new Patriotic Party to secure a resounding electoral victory.
So, if at the very least Miracles Abuaje is to be believed, the Vice President always was going to pick Dr. Opoku Prempeh as his running mate. So this is a culmination of something that has been in the works from the very beginning. What does it mean, though? Now that we know who the Vice President wants to partner with in his bid to break the 8, what does it actually mean on the ground? What does it mean? What would be the priorities of this ticket? Certainly the Ashanti region. Anna?
Well, the Ashanti region key. But of course, if you're a running mate, you're not just coming to complement your, presidential candidate in one region. Yes, the NPP is of the belief, based on all that they have said, that if they're able to win the Ashanti region and win it convincingly, then it's fait accompli. I'll give you this, scenario. In 2020, the NDC had more votes in the Ashanti region than they had in the Volta region. The NPP, as margin of victory in the Ashanti region, was some 1.1 million. Now that 1.1 million would actually take away, the loss of about 500,000 in the Volta region, in the Northern region, in the Upper East region, in the Upper West region, and then also in, say, the Savannah region. So if they're able to win the Ashanti region convincingly, it means that they are on course to breaking the 8. But this is the point. In Opoku Prempeh, do they have a candidate that can deliver the about 75 to 76% of the votes needed in the Ashanti region to significantly impact the elections 2024?
So do they? That's the question. Do they? What's your analysis?
Wait till 8:30.
Hey, I'm for using this to create suspense.
Oh, but we'll talk about it at 8:30.
We will. So we will indeed. We will. But of course, it's not only the NPP's strategy that is now of interest. We have to ask ourselves, what does this also do to NPP's plans? Sorry, it's not only the NPP. What does it also do to NDC's plans? Now that the ticket is established, what should the NDC's strategy be in seeking to counter this ticket? How will they go about doing that?
Makojo, let me bring you the UPSA Law School Point of Law series. And today's was one you'll be interested in. Raymond says, where in a trial involving a person who may potentially be sentenced to death,
The court shall record a plea of not guilty, even where he voluntarily pleads guilty to the offense.
That's interesting.
Yes. This is section 1994 of the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960, Act 30, says where in a trial involving a person who may potentially be sentenced to death, the court shall record a plea of not guilty, even where he voluntarily pleads guilty to the offense. First, death is reserved for the most gruesome, the highest form of crime against state. So, ideally, if you are mistaken in your mind on it, we cannot just summarily deal with the matter. We have to go through the full haul to be sure that we cross all T's and dotted all I's in now deciding that we ought to take your life. Because life is precious. Your rights, inalienable, at the core of it is protection of that particular life. So it makes sense that a full trial with all the available defenses that you can marshal are available to you. So you cannot willingly and readily say, oh yeah, go and kill me, I'm guilty. We have to go through a system where we are convinced at all levels, and even the involvement of your peers are part of this conversation, so that everybody will be so. In fact, even with that, sometimes there are mistakes that are made, so that at least we know that we did everything possible to make sure that we didn't kill the wrong person.
Yeah,
that is why this is important. That's why sometimes I don't even get the argument about what they call it, because at the core, every society, proper society, reserves the death penalty for the worst of crimes. You can cause death, but how you cause death of others is what gets you the death penalty. You get my point? You can cause death of another person, but how you do it, if you do it in such a gruesome manner that you have no regard for life and all of the other things that connect to that, if you intend to destabilize the state and make it useless, destroy the entire democracy and everything connected to it, which will invariably affect everybody in there, that's also another level that you can actually be. But you know,
but
this is a back and forth.
You can understand why the framers would put in such a protection, because it is the one sentence which cannot be overturned. Right, once you've killed someone, you can't undo that. You can't unkill him. So it does make sense that every single safeguard will be put in place to ensure that such a sentence will only be carried out when the state is absolutely categorically certain that it must be done. All right, well, listen, we've got lots to get through today, and yes, it's the day after Napo became the running mate for the NPP, and there's a lot of analysis coming up. Stay tuned. Use the hashtag JoySMS when you tell us what you think.
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah, wake up to joy.
Now, every time we eat, food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. Now, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Now, Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with profluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing the invisible holes in your teeth, and that prevents cavities, keeps your teeth strong, and your mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger teeth. Now, after 25 years of educating Ghanaians to brush day and night, Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. You can get it at any shop near you, or just call the toll-free number 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Now, do you have a game-changing, innovative business idea or project that can impact society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. This year, we are looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur who is in the category of InnovUp winner, the best project or innovative business idea, which exemplifies recycling and minimizing waste. That's the Cycle Up winner. And the next person or the next winner is the best project promoting
or relating to sustainable and affordable energies. That's the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. You need to just go straight to startupper.totalenergies.com for your chance to win. Apply there now to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply. #Total Energies. #StartUpper Challenge.
And the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, is now live at Fidelity Bank. Imagine sending money to your loved ones or business partners across Africa instantly and in Ghana cities. Don't wait for days for transactions to clear. No more expensive fees, just fast, secure, and affordable payments. PAPS is here, and Fidelity Bank makes sending money through PAPS easy. Visit any Fidelity Bank branch and start sending money across Africa instantly and affordably to Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Now imagine buying and selling across Africa from the comfort of your home or office without changing your currency. Imagine doing this with your own mobile wallet. Well, this is possible with the interoperability of payments. The Africa Prosperity Network is hosting the continent-wide Mobile Interoperability Symposium on the 5th of July at the Labadi Beach Hotel here in Accra, Ghana, under the theme Scaling Up Interoperability Using Mobile Money to Buy and Sell Across Africa. Now, this groundbreaking event brings together leaders and policymakers to integrate mobile payment systems and remove barriers to cross-border trade. It supports the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement's Digital Trade Protocol Initiative, highlighting the importance of interoperability in the African Union's Agenda 2063. Advancing interoperable mobile money platforms will unlock new opportunities, drive economic growth, and empower small businesses like never before. Be part of building an interconnected, prosperous African economy. Register now at register.africaprosperitynetwork.com. For information, why don't you call 053-609-8325, or you could try 0302-737-879, or just leave a message. It's protocol at africaprosperity.network. The future of borderless mobile commerce starts here.
Now, Total Ghana extends a heartfelt thank you to everyone who attended our service clinic on Saturday, June 29th. We were pleased to have engaged and served our cherished customers who took advantage of our free comprehensive diagnosis, head lamp cleaning, and also body waxing and discounted part sales. Toyota Ghana remains, and it's also reminding you the care of your vehicle doesn't stop here, Kojo. Now, if you need any further support or service or advice or any other thing that you need now, don't hesitate to reach out to the Legon branch, where our team of dedicated technicians and engineers are always ready to assist you with all your servicing needs. Drive safe this rainy season and always keep your vehicles in top shape with genuine spare parts and genuine care from Toyota. For more information or to book service, visit us at toyotaghana.com or call or WhatsApp 0257955447. Toyota, superior quality.
And Access Bank has brought banking closer to you with our agency banking service called Access Closer. Yes, we've brought banking right to your neighborhood. Look out for an Access Closer agent in that neighborhood store, mobile money outlet, supermarket, barbering shop, or pharmacy near you. So go on and deposit or withdraw cash, pay bills, buy insurance, transfer cash to other banks, link account to mobile money wallet, and much more with Access Closer right in your neighborhood. That's not all. You can also be the bank in your neighborhood, become an Access Closer agent, and earn over 10,000 Ghana cedis monthly. What are you waiting for? Call 0302-742-696 to register as an agent today. You can also visit our website, that's ghana.accessbankplc.com, or social media for more details. We're closer than you think. Access Bank, more than banking.
Alrighty then. So Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is still your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at fantastic prices, which you can pay via Momo when you go to kingdomstoreonline.com. Now, when you make your orders, they'll deliver to your home or office in very good time. You get free delivery if you're in Accra or Tema, but of course, terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And look, are you going shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your car? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at a restaurant or getting home essentials at your favorite shop? Or you're shopping online for the things you need? Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, do it with the SG Visa card. The SG Visa card is your best option to make payment for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa card. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money. Available to you always. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa card today. To find out more, call 0302 214 314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Now, guys, technology is amazing, isn't it? Now, thanks to the numerous platforms that we have, I never miss a Joy show. I don't have to. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I will never miss the midday news. I don't have to listen to it at midday. Because thankfully, our platforms allow me to come back and play back a podcast of any of our shows, including this one, the Super Morning Show. And it's a wonderful arrangement that means that we leave no listener behind. I think we should learn a little bit more about it. We grabbed K-Fresh, who I don't think anybody knows K-Fresh's real name.
Kwekuche.
You know some of these things.
I mean, I just remember when we used to be in that little studio where Samuel Adamo used to line us, all of us that would be dancing on Sabra. Just did you remember?
I remember, Pa.
Sabra dancing and
I remember. Kwekuche.
It always feels good to be around it.
Yeah. Charlie.
Is that a big man?
Right now,
he's gone to the office. Kweku speaking to the microphone.
He has climbed to the top of the. Yes, Kwekuche runs our digital services, right? So, tell us about the many ways in which our audience can make sure they are never ever left behind on any of our content.
Absolutely, Kwejo. So those of us who are at Multimedia, we are always looking at convenient ways and exploring all the avenues where our audience can listen to all our shows, even while on the go. So we are saying that they should hop on all our platforms, to consume and enjoy our content. So if you talk about podcasts, they can go on My Joy Online, go to the media button, click on it, they can see the live button there. They can listen and enjoy all their various and favorite shows. They can enjoy. If you talk about YouTube as well, Joy 99, Joy News on YouTube, they can go there, all the major and interesting stories. They can find all of them there. Yesterday, you saw the ambulance saga and the MPP, the leadership outdooring, Napo and all that. I mean, it was great. If you go there, you see all the various forms of content there to consume. Also on Facebook, IG, and all that. We allow there. We put snippets of our content there just for the consumption of our audience. They can follow all the proceedings of any event there. Absolutely. There,
and that's exciting. I'll tell you what, the beauty of it is that it's easy to search as well. So if you've missed something and you want to find out more about it, you can go to our YouTube channels and actually type in what you're looking for, and it'll all come up, and you can take your time and watch it. And look, in the comfort of your home or when you are cooking or whatever, you can watch, you can listen. It's all there at a touch of a button, and that's the work that K-Fresh and his team have been doing. Charlie, you do all.
Yeah, so Kojo, we are also very grateful to to all the on-air personalities promoting our platform. New media is a new game.
That's right.
So everybody should be there, because you can't always be by a radio and TV set 24/7, but you can always hop on all these platforms that I mentioned, to consume even when you miss the show, they are all there. If you go to a podcast, Atunwa, Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, Google, all of our shows are there. You can just consume it anytime you want. And also follow our pages.
Subscribe,
subscribe and follow.
Subscribe and follow. That's right.
K-Fresh. Joy 997 FM on Facebook. Joy 997 on X. Joy 997 on IG. Joy 997 on TikTok. Same with Hit 103.9 FM on Facebook, IG, X, TikTok and all that. Joy News on TV, on Facebook, Joy News on TV, on X, Joy News on TV, on IG, and Joy News on TV, on TikTok.
Basically, Joy News on TV
everywhere.
That's right. Yeah. K-Fresh is a vibe. Charlie, thank you so much for stopping by. Right?
Thank you. It's always good to be around the team once again.
Most definitely.
Sure.
Thank you.
More Osobroche coming up.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, your birthdays and sports are coming on the Super Morning Show. Stay exactly where you are. Don't go anywhere.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Life in Denmark can be quite different for an African legend like Michael Essien. The weather, the food, the silence. But there's always a place he can call home.
Home is where your heart is.
Sportybet. Play with champions.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, yes, it is. All right. Now, birthday messages will come to you on the Super Morning Show after 8 o'clock today. Okay, that's a promise. I know you've been sending through your messages and we will do them all. But for right now, and by the way, they are brought to you by MTN, everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
Gojo, you know, K-Fresh was talking about everything that you can catch. You can also catch the birthday messages on all our live streams.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
You can
podcast. You can watch them.
Yes. You can relive your birthday wish over and over again. And over again. The whole year long.
Very, very important.
For sure.
Raymond's birthday is next week.
We die finish. Anyway,
Why?
the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
DSTV.
It's your moment.
And Twisco Food Drink. Twisco. Power your dream.
And there's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market from the producers of Cowbell. Permit me to introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Enerfort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including vitamins B, C, D, iron, and many more. Twisco is available in 20-gram and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in a delightful red sachet for only 1 cedi 80 pesos. To enjoy all the goodness packed in a sachet, empty contents into a mag mixed with 180 ml of previously boiled water, milk and stir. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco and power your dream. This is FDA approved.
So, folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right. We are not just offering loans. We are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you are ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of these numbers: 050-153-5789 or 050-153-5790 or 0244-674-154. Let's chat a cause for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Now, say goodbye to memorizing 1,001 short codes. Experience a complete one-click access to all MTN services with the My MTN app. You can now check your airtime, data, and Momo balance, buy bundles with airtime all from your mobile wallet. Monitor your data usage and calls made, access your MTN Momo account, and so much more, all with the My MTN app. Download the My MTN app from the App Store or the Google Play Store today and experience a super convenient way to do the things you love on your favorite network, MTN. So, what are we doing today?
We're getting ready for the Olympic Games. Later tonight, we've got the quarters of the European Championships kicking off, and it's all live on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Victor Watutamaklo, and this is how I welcome you aboard to the Joy Sports Center. We begin with matters relating to the Black Stars, and they'll face Sudan, Angola, and Niger in Group F of the 2025 African Cup of Nations that will be held in Morocco. Following last night's draw, Joy Sports' Daniel Cranton takes a look at Ghana's chances of securing qualification.
Yeah, so the Black Stars are in Group F, drawn along with Angola, Niger, and Sudan. Angola were in Ghana's qualifying group for the last AFCON. Remember, the Black Stars won in Kumasi and then drew away in Rwanda. The two teams will meet again in this qualifying series. Also, another familiar face, not necessarily the team, but the man who's in charge of the team, Kwesi Appiah, former Black Stars head coach. He's in charge of Sudan. So Ghana will have 2 goals at Kwesi Appiah. Sudan has started really well in the World Cup qualifying, and the Black Stars will have to go past Kwesi Appiah's side if they want to make another AFCON appearance. Niger, obviously, Black Stars in recent history have not necessarily faced that team, but Ghana will be wary considering our recent form when it comes to qualifying, and then the AFCON in itself. It's not really been the best for Ghana. But when you look at this group on the surface, you expect Ghana to be able to qualify, especially because the top 2 teams will qualify at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, Black Stars coach Otuado says he's got sufficient knowledge of Ghana's opponents and is confident of qualification.
For Angola, they have a very, very good squad. I think they had a good last AFCON where they went out by 1 goal. They're actually doing good right now, playing, I think, leading their group in the COSAFA Cup, qualifying for the next round. And then also at the World Cup qualification games, they did quite well. They draw against Cameroon at the last World Cup qualification game. So they have a strong squad. Sudan, really, really doing well at the moment with Kwesi Appiah, which I know personally, very good coach. Not a known squad, but like I said, they're doing really, really good at the moment in the World Cup qualification games. Yeah, tough to beat. going to be a real challenge to beat them, and for this we have to be 100%. So, but I'm excited to play against them, and like I said, it's going to be tough.
Black Stars coach Otuado speaking there. Meanwhile, defending champions Ivory Coast drew Zambia, Sierra Leone and Chad in Group G. Coach MS Fire is however confident the Ivorians will prevail.
I don't mind which team I gonna play. I just want to play to win each game. So we played against Zambia for the last qualifying of African Cup. So we know this team very well. And about Chad and Sierra Leone, we're gonna discover them. The most important for me were to not have a long trip, and with these 2 short trips, we're gonna be good.
MS Fire is the head coach of reigning African champions Ivory Coast. Former Moroccan international Maran Shamak, he's identified Group C, which has record winners Egypt, Cape Verde, Mauritania, Botswana as the group of death.
Egypt, Cape Verde, Mauritania, Botswana, it's hard. I think, I don't know, like Egypt for sure, and Mauritania, it's hard to play. We can see there is no more small teams. Yeah, and how we saw the last competition, like even like you came from the pot 4 or 3 and have chance like to qualify. So we say like we can win just on the pitch. So I know it's hard. We see like when you're traveling and everything, but yeah.
So yes, in the other groups, Tunisia in Group A, they will take on Madagascar, Comoros and the Gambia. Nigeria, they find themselves in Group D with Benin, Libya and Rwanda. Algeria in Group E with Equatorial Guinea, Togo and Liberia. And in Group H, DR Congo find themselves with Guinea, Tanzania and Ethiopia. Cameroon, 5-time winners, they are in the same group with Namibia, Kenya and Zimbabwe in Group J. South Africa in Group K with Uganda, Congo, South Sudan. And Group L has Senegal, Burkina Faso, Malawi and Burundi. Still in matters relating to football on the continent, and the Cameroonian Football Association president Samuel Eto'o has been fined an amount of $200,000 by the Confederation of African Football. The former Barcelona and Chelsea striker, who was under investigation for alleged match manipulation and violation of the principles of ethics and integrity of football, was found guilty of breaching Article 2, Paragraphs 3 of the continent's football governing body's ethics. The disciplinary committee of CAF also indicated that there is no substantial evidence that Eto'o manipulated a football match. However, his ambassadorial role with a betting company contradicts with officials' ethics of the body. Let's talk athletics, and Ghana's athletes will hold a 3-week pre-Olympic camp in Strasbourg ahead of the Games in Paris. Sprinters Benjamin Azamati, Abdul Rashid Saminu and the men's relay team, as well as high jumper Rosie Eboa, are Ghana's 3 athletes that will be competing in the individual events at the Games. President of Ghana Athletics, Bao Fusini, has more.
The team will leave on the 7th of July. They will arrive there on the 8th. They will train there till 22nd, 25th, 22nd. Then they will now move to Paris to start the Olympic Games in Paris. So in there, we are hoping that they get 1 or 2 competitions because they have to practice the relay effectively. And we are also getting additional coach from the US to beef up our technical bench on our technical team in Strasbourg. Because we have 2 or 3 separate sprint events. We have 2 individuals doing 100 meters and we have another relays. So we need 2 or 3 different coaches to take these 2 different sprint races. One will solely be for the relays. Another one will be for the 100 meters and 100 meters. And we need another one again for the high jump.
So that's Bao Fuseni speaking about their team's itinerary and the composition of the technical team that will be accompanying the team to Strasbourg for that pre-Olympic camp. To the Copa America in the United States of America, and Aston Villa goalkeeper Emi Martinez was the hero as Argentina sealed a spot in the semis with a 4-2 penalty shootout win over Ecuador. After a 1-1 draw in normal time, the match went straight to penalties and Argentina got off to the worst possible start when Captain Leo Messi saw his chip effort hit the crossbar. But Ecuador failed to take advantage, with Martinez saving their first 2 spot kicks from Angel Mena and Alan Mendy. and Argentina eventually prevailing. Later today, we'll see the quarterfinal stage of the European Championships beginning, and we're going to first hear from French football journalist Julien Laurent, who looks ahead to the big game between France and Portugal.
Penalties for Kylian Mbappe to take. I don't think it will take us there, so we will need to find something else. But yeah, it's been strange because the chances have been there in most of the games. The defensive solidity we knew we expected before. We don't need to go over again on the DNA of this team and of Deschamps and what he does best, which is this, building this incredible resilient team that is so hard to play against, so physical, so well organized, so strong defensively, and then let the kind of more flair players like a Griezmann, like an Mbappe, like a Dembele, whatever, finding a way of scoring. But yeah, you're right, at some point they will need a bit more with the ball.
Julien Laurent is a French football journalist. Well, that game is on Joy 99.7 FM, bring you live commentary. We'll take our seat from 3 p.m. right after game plan. Just get hydrated and then we'll continue with that. Later at 7 p.m. we've also got Germany taking on Spain. Tomorrow, England, they will take on Switzerland. Ahead of the game, English centre-back John Stones says whatever the game plan is, the players will be ready to execute.
I think they bring two different sides to the game, two different outlooks for us over the years, especially opposition-wise as well. It causes them a problem. I think we're really fluid in both, and that comes down to us when we get out on the pitch, that we've got to put it into practice. But yeah, I suppose it's down to the manager what he decides to do and what he sees their weaknesses and strengths that we can bring to the game with whatever formation we decide to play.
So that was John Stones, English centre-back, speaking ahead of tomorrow's round of 16 encounter with Switzerland. That's at 4 p.m. And then at 7, we've got the Netherlands taking on Turkey to wrap up the quarter-final matches at Euro 2024. And then the Joy Sports Centre, we're back later at 1 p.m. with game plan.
Yes, and I'm sure that if England is able to beat Switzerland, they'll go to the final.
I don't think it will happen.
Don't beat Switzerland.
No, they won't.
Anyway, thank you very much, Victor Chutamakulu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And our time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you and Anointed Electricals, Anointed the Generator Experts.
Good morning and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator expert, and Wycott Recapital. Cement manufacturers say they will now be forced to lay off some workers and cut down on their operations. It follows the laying of new legislative instruments in Parliament this week that seek to control the pricing of the product. They also warn that it could lead to shortage of cement on the market. Nigeria has been selected to host the headquarters of the newly established $5 billion Africa Energy Bank. The decision was taken after a thorough inspection by the Africa Petroleum Producers Organization and the Afri-Exim Bank, joint promoters of the bank. And former Minister of Finance Tepe has cautioned government against painting an overwhelmingly positive picture of the economy by focusing only on non-interest expenses and primary balances. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, Generator Expert, and Wycott Recapital.
Alright, so welcome back. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. And they take maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and do generator rentals. They have branches nationwide, and you can locate their latest branches in Amrahia. Frims Oil on the main Adentan Dodowa Road, East Legon, Lagos Avenue Road opposite Turmeric Hotel, and Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. And then Kaswa off the Weja Kaswa Road near Simaf Cement Depot. And at Odoko, where they have their head office at number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. Call them on 0243 480 334. And let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Social media messages brought to us by Rapinol. When the pain is too much to bear, grab Rapinol from Danis Aiton, Starwin PLC. Rapinol, the rapid pain reliever. Ecobank, a better way, a better Africa. And Malatu from Ernest Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria.
So they were still in the what? We are in the 7th month, right?
Yes.
Brilliant. But this is the year to stop singing and talking about chopping and enjoying life and just do it, my brother. EcoBank has 1 million cedis worth of cash and prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo. For you, it was 7,000, not 70,000. 7,000 others across Ghana. So you should know, winners will be rewarded bi-weekly and you can be one of them winning up to 10,000 Ghana cedis. There will be 3 monthly draws and also you have up to period to deposit. Let's not get it wrong. Multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into first your EcoBank account, 2 your EcoBank Express Point, or also your EcoBank Mobile. So these 3 options are how you can deposit 500 Ghana cedi into your account. Do multiples of that. Now you stand a big chance of winning the money we are talking about here. Now, other prizes include fuel vouchers. I say fuel is expensive, but shopping vouchers, airtime, and many more. Promo runs from May to July 31st, 2024. It's your time to chop life, Winston. It is your time. It's your time. You see,
very, very important.
Must enjoy small. It's your time to chop life. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedi deposit earns you an entry into the EMG draw. A better way of life. A better way. And it's for a better Africa. EcoBank is there. Pan-African Bank.
And this morning we're asking a very simple question. What do you make of Matthew Opoku Prempeh's nomination as running mate of the NPP? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. We know say problem day, but you for chop life. Simply deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, Express Point, or through EcoBank Mobile to win your share of over 1 million cedis in prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo, EMG. Be one of over 7,000 people to be rewarded. Hey, my God. Yes, so over 7,000 people go chop soft life from May to July 31, 2024. Be an EcoBank customer or be square. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedi deposit earns you a point for the EcoBank Million Gang today. EMG. Deposit today and win your share of 1.2 million in cash and prizes. A better way to enjoy life. A better way. A better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Okay.
Well. Right. So welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show and on Big Stories this morning here on the Super Morning Show. And on Big Stories this morning, our focus is on the NPP.
It brings to us a bold, confident, hard-working, result-driven, decisive, grassroots mobilizer, charismatic, patriotic, and demonstrable, incorruptible person. That simplifies who Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is. In fact, he's a leader with a clear track record of achievement, and he shares Dr. Bawumia's vision of bold solutions for our country that are responsive to the needs, opportunities, and challenges of the 21st century. In this respect, he complements our flag bearer in many significant ways, and the two enjoy a warm personal relationship anchored in deep mutual respect.
The synergy between these two great leaders on our presidential ticket, coupled with their proven track record and transformational campaign message, will help the new Patriotic Party to secure a resounding electoral victory.
And that's what's coming up this morning on Big Stories, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest from your partner for life, and Equity Health Insurance here for you. So, Raymond, the NPP has finally made its choice. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has settled on Member of Parliament for Menchia South, Energy Minister Matthew Opoku Prempeh.
I mean, of course, many people were clear in their minds this was long coming, a decision that had already been made. Of course, there were objections along the lines, and there were also issues that had been raised about whether or not that was the best decision. I do recall heavily that the extreme premise of the decision is hook or crook, we had to choose somebody from the Ashanti region. And the day I spoke to Dr. Isaac Owusu-Mensah, who is Director of Research at the Office of the President, who said there is no guarantee choosing somebody from the Ashanti region was going to get you any more votes than you choose from any other part of the country. Then people started getting angry. If you go and watch that video, boys were not happy at all. It was almost as if you are going against what we have set down as a strategy to actually push and make sure that Napo gets to the points that we want him to be. Then all of the other things coming together, well, selected. Then National Council, we needed to be told clearly that it was unanimous. I'm not sure. Yeah, we needed to be told clearly that there was a unanimous decision, i.e., you want to say that we put the vote, they say, yeah, from every corner. Oh, was there voting? Did they have to do voice vote or head count? Or they did ballot?
Well, I'm sure if there was anybody who disagreed, he probably would, voice those disagreements. So in the absence of a disagreement, it's unanimous.
It's a question I'll be asking that nobody is answering. Whether or not when they went in there, there was a statement read, ladies and gentlemen, the vote shall be on this motion that Matthew Opoku Prempeh be made as chosen by. Do you endorse it? Then the people said, there was no to the contrary. That is why they actually agreed on. We want to understand the process so that we understand how unanimous the unanimity was, so that we understand that it was on the right track. But essentially, there is a clear plan to make it obvious to people that Napo is chosen and loved by everybody within the party. It's the reason why when you hear the words of not Justin Koja. Justin Koja there, he was giving Napo is like he used about 7 adjectives to describe him. Napo is all of them in one. As in one individually. He has all of the qualities as named above. Or it was just political talk. Because when you break down those adjectives, some of them sound a bit, interesting. I just feel that there is a lot of thinking around, let's project him to the highest level possible. Let's make sure that it is given. Now, there's something that Professor Ali Disedu said yesterday, that it might fit 100% a certain classification on the psychological and sociological models of voting. Then he zoomed it into the rational choice and broke it down to the point that, it's almost as if we are targeting hardcore NPP members with this decision. As to whether that's what you require and you need to vote going into this election, is a different conversation altogether. So, will they yield the needed results? Is Napo a more galvanizing point than any other person within the Ashanti region when it comes to getting the votes? I also, of course, politics, people do get a lot of grandstanding. So all of a sudden, everybody in this country is being made to feel that everybody in the Ashanti region is now beholden to Matthew Opoku Prempeh, that when he speaks, all shall obey. Even though Tufo does not command that kind of control. When it comes to who votes where, even though Tufo does not command that kind of control. But, this is still politics. You need to get people understanding that he is so powerful, he is so in touch and directly in control that there is no way anybody will say nay when Napo says yes in the Asante region.
It's one of the things that Akufo-Addo did very well. Post 2007 in the NPP. By 2010, it was obvious that the party had become Akufo-Addo's party. One of the things you probably could credit Napo for doing is to make it look like in the Ashanti region is Napo. So that confirmatory research, and it didn't even end in the Ashanti region. It actually went to other parts of the country by saying that, when we spoke to, we did, I don't know what kind of sampling we did, so I can't tell you.
No, the way you're looking, I'm not quite.
No.
My question on the sampling was a long time ago.
I'm looking at Samuel.
I
don't know the kind of sampling.
At least they should have told us.
Yes.
There are many executives of your party. Then you say that, when we spoke to the executive, how did you select them? Did you meet them at home?
Yeah.
Did you call only friends of Napo? Or you decided that, these were the ones? But and that's why people even question whether there was any survey or you sat in your bedroom. The same accusation you level against the likes of, I almost mentioned some name. The same accusation. I think that it's unfair that I'll mention it. The same accusation you level against other people. If you are putting together a survey, at least we understand small research.
So this is my point, and I say that you can't take it away from him that his team did a very good job in making it look like in Napo you have one person who commands support within the party. What they did was to showcase that even in the Ashanti region, and you see, consistently, you had all of a sudden people who had become known as Napo's boys, some of whom were members of parliament. Some are even ministers and deputy ministers. And all they do whenever they get opportunity is to sing the praise of Napo. When you do that, it becomes very difficult. And so I've listened to Ali Dusedu, and he could be right that this is just an attempt to galvanize the base of the NPP and leave the rest of the work to Dr. Bawumia. So you may have seen, some of the polls have suggested that today in the first-time voters, Dr. Bawumia is doing very well. Now, is it the case that Dr. Bawumia believes that he actually needs a die-hard NPP person to complement his ticket? He needs a die-hard person within the Ashanti region. But beyond that die-hard person, I know the names would come up. So names like, Osei and Sabonsu. But even when you bring the likes of Osei and Sabonsu, Raymond, I'm sure you remember the article that was written by this guy who's at the General Secretary's office of the NPP. I remember his name. ED. Where ED actually sets a criterion, okay, for the choice of a running mate and says, the running mate must not be older than the presidential candidate. And all of a sudden says, Osei Sabonsu is older. And then
so running mate must not be older than presidential. I thought.
Oh yes. People, no, you see, and that is why I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying that. Look, you may, no, Napo is this, Napo is that, Napo is that, but now that he's been selected, let's watch what will happen.
Of course, we can only wait to see the outcome of, because elections are complex things.
Very complex.
Yes. The tools for deploying elections, they are not as simple as, all that's quite clear to many people is, because, today, now that he's become on the ticket, he's become part of this ticket, we would explore what are the philosophies of Matthew Opoku Prempeh, for example. Because it's not been clear me. I cannot discernibly say anything about his philosophies in any of the positions that he has occupied. At least, if he asks about education, whenever you hear the gentleman, current minister speak, you are clear in your mind the philosophies of Dr. Osei Awejuchum. I didn't get that, not a single day, under Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Not even in energy. So not even in his general politicking and all of that. He appeared to have been that kind of, they do this, we do that kind of politician. Would that change anything? In the run-up to 2016, Mahmoud Bawumia himself was presented as a top-notch intellectual whose solutions were the ones that would give us the direction of an economic messiah. In the current one, there is no conversation about an economic messiah. There's only a conversation about rallying a certain base in the Ashanti region to work out a plan. Is this really a strategic one? Is banking everything on the strength and power, 90% of Mahmoud Bawumia, canvassing every corner of this country? And let's not get it wrong. This is the first time Mahmoud Bawumia himself is contesting as president. He has not campaigned as president before, even though he's been part of that particular ticket. Different roles, different ball games. Was that your very best ticket going forward? Will Napo now be extending his tentacles to every corner possible in this country? Would I asked a question about whether Napo will be campaigning in Kita? And then Nanabi said all the misconceptions and misconstrued thoughts about what Napo said about Kita people have been dismissed long time ago. So the people in Kita understand that he didn't mean anything when he said those things. He didn't insult them or he didn't oppose them. And that it was, as usual, propaganda that was used against Napo. I suggest that's what they are going to go with the rest of the commentary. That everything else we have construed as Napo saying something wrong was propaganda. As to whether that will work, as to whether that will present a different outlook for the man, is also a different conversation that we should be having.
Yes, of course, and we'll have that conversation. Whether, in Napo the NPP wants to just, galvanize its base and leave Dr. Bawumia to go back to, the Bawumia of 2014, 2015, get into the intellectual campaigning and leave Napo to do, I beg your pardon, all the, party campaigns. We'll see. We'll have that conversation here on the Super Morning Show. But you know what? Telecel Ghana wishes to apologize to its customers whose services have been disrupted due to the unlawful action taken by ATC Ghana on some of their sites. Telecel Ghana assures its customers that they're working with the regulator, the National Communications Authority, to get ATC Ghana to restore power to affected sites as soon as possible. Any inconvenience caused by the disruption is deeply regretted.
Oh, okay. I mean, I heard people having this issue. Yes. Now, picture this. You are lying in bed after a long day, seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead, you are met with a mattress that sags beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. Your comfort and well-being should have never been compromised. That's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattress and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Picture waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. That's the Latest Foam promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. Oh, Latest Foam, your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. They've been doing some new styles and other things that are very, very interesting. Yeah, you should get some to upgrade that thing.
Raymond, when we return after these messages, we'll get into a conversation about politics. A conversation about the NPP and, by extension, election 2024. We'll be right back.
You listening to me on the radio. I know exactly what you need, and I go sort you out. But first, a quick introduction. Me be the connection man. I'll make things happen. Whether it be business, fashion, or the latest trend in town, I go connect you. I know when people connect, big things they happen. I am the plug to your plug. Anything you want, that's so. I go show you where options they line them up for you. You want download or you want stream? Link up. I got you. I conquer everywhere. From Circle to KJT. If you come out to Navrongo, Jiosu to Kita, Techima to Kumbungu. I'll be the link between you and the next big opportunity. It be me where I go connect you, make it happen. Oh, you want to know my name? I am Telecel.
Switch to Telecel for the best value voice and data services and connect to the things that matter. Connecting dreams, connecting goals, connecting passions.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Beautiful people, we are live in town, soaking in the excitement about the partnership between Access Bank and PABS, revolutionizing the way people move money across Africa. Let's hear directly from those reaping the benefits.
It's a relief. Anytime I send money back home, my family receives exactly what I send them, instantly.
I'm studying in Ghana, but originally from Nigeria. With this service, my parents send my school and hostel fees directly, and they do it with so much ease.
I run a fashion business. Let me tell you, sending and receiving money across Africa without those annoying forex fees has really cut down our operational costs.
Benefit from instant payments across Africa with zero foreign exchange hassle. Visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll free on 0800 00 4400 for all your cross-border payments.
Pass it with Access Bank.
Access Bank, more than banking.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. East, west, north, south, you're meant to be. You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest. Accra to Haga.
Let's go. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Nothing like a bit of VIP in the morning, especially on a Friday. You're welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and we're here till 10. We've got lots to get through. Wherever you are, it's such a pleasure to bring you the CIMG radio program of the year. For those of you tuned in Kumasi, thank you for choosing Love 99.5 FM. And we love all of you in the central region listening to ATL 100.5 megahertz. And of course, you can be a part of this conversation. All you have to do is send through your posts on X, use the hashtag Joy SMS, or you can send us a WhatsApp 055111997. Now, don't just listen, you can watch. Go to our Facebook Live. Look for Joy 99.7 FM on Facebook and go check out the wonderful smiles on the faces of Raymond Aqua and Winston Amwa as they gear up to have political conversations following the NPP's announcement of their full ticket for the 2024 election. It's going to be Dr. Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. What are your thoughts on that? Let us know and we'll share them with the world. Now, are you looking for some good discounts on sanitary ware and tiles? Then rush to Chemo Home for their crazy summer sale with discounts up to 50% on over 200 products. Their promo ends on the 31st of July 2024. Go visit their showroom, which is on Spintex Road near Manet Junction. Call them on 0244 334947.
And say goodbye to memorizing 1,001 short codes. Experience a complete one-click access to all MTN services with my MTN app. You can now check your airtime, data, and Momo balance, buy bundles with airtime from your Momo wallet, monitor your data usage and calls made, access your MTN Momo account, and so much more, all with my MTN app. Download my MTN app from the App Store or Google Play Store today and experience a super convenient way to do the things you love on your favorite network, MTN. So, what are we doing today?
What indeed?
Now, speccing that old car or a home makeover or a relaxing beach getaway like Ojuyanse enjoys most of the time. Now, use your APSA card 10 times or more in a month and you could be that lucky winner in the APSA Change Your Story promotion. And extra entries by using our digital channels 5 times or more. From now till the end of October, 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 Ghana cedis each every month to change their stories. For more information, visit an APSA brand today. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters. APSA, terms and conditions apply.
Indeed. Okay then. So, why don't we take a quick break, and when we come back, Evans Mensah joins us. Of course, he's the head of the political desk here at Joy News, and we break it all down. The ticket for the NPP. Stay with us.
We at the Multimedia Group are proud to announce that we are the official free-to-air radio broadcast right owners for Euro 2024. These rights were acquired from Sporty TV, who are the official free-to-air broadcast right owners for Ghana and Nigeria. We will deliver live commentary of selected games, including the opening game and the final, with our team of talented commentators and seasoned analysts on Joy FM, Love FM, Hits FM, Adom FM, Inshra FM, and Asempa FM. Apart from the live radio commentary, the Multimedia Group has also curated some custom Euro 2024 shows on radio, TV, and digital, as well as live viewing events, all aimed at delivering unparalleled experiences of the competition for our audience. The 2014 competition, being hosted by Germany, will run from June 14 to July 11, 2024. The Multimedia Group's radio broadcast coverage of the Euro 2024 tournament is by kind courtesy of Sporty TV and Sportybet. Watch selected matches of Euro 2024 live on Sporty TV, channel 36 on your digital TV sets. And the Joy Sports coverage of Euro 2024 is sponsored by NASCO. NASCO, bring home happiness.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Ekoma and Namfufua, a dialing star 712 hash and found no regrets. A Sankoma investors are a striking gold. Ekoma health workers are a diagnosing lack with precision. A Sankoma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. Say Ekoma passionate fan on also entering containing a joy. Afraid to the stresser or turning a hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, Ekoma, if you say your next big win is right here.
Dial star 712 hash and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 hash to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It brings to us a bold, confident, hard-working, result-driven, decisive, grassroots mobilizer, charismatic, patriotic, and demonstrable, incorruptible person. That simplifies who Dr. Opoku Prempeh is. In fact, he's a leader with a clear track record of achievement, and he shares Dr. Bawumia's vision of bold solutions for our country that are responsive to the needs, opportunities and challenges of the 21st century. In this respect, he complements our flag bearer in many significant ways, and the two enjoy a warm personal relationship anchored in deep mutual respect.
The synergy between these two great leaders on our presidential ticket, coupled with their proven track record and transformational campaign message, will help the new Patriotic Party to secure a resounding electoral victory.
Super Morning Show.
This is your election headquarters on Joy 99.7 FM. And, well, it was a big event yesterday. And you could see reactions across the Energy Ministry, across the constituency of the Menchia South MP, as well as the NPP's main location of the meeting, which was Alisa Hotel. You could tell that the party seemed galvanized by the choice that their flag bearer had made of a running mate. So let's try and figure out the implications across the board. Evans Mensah joins us. He is, of course, head of the political desk here at Joy News. He's on the phone. Evans, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
Yes, I'm still deriving a lot of sadistic pleasure from waking you up at this time of the morning. But yesterday was a big day for the NPP. But what next? I mean, how does the strategy for their campaign now take shape since the ticket is fully identified?
I mean, we're getting a first sense of what this will mean for the party going forward. Next week, Tuesday, he's going to be outdoors. From what I understand, the first thing they'll do is to formally introduce him to their Santehene. And after that, then they will do a formal outdooring of him at the Jubilee Park in Kumasi. Now, that strategy is very obvious. They really want to tap into the base in the Ashanti region and first do the rightful thing, which is to say that your son, an indigene of the Ashanti region, has been given this opportunity to rise to become the number 2 in this country. That clearly sets a tone for a campaign, for me, that would play out in the next few months with the running mate, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, given a particular role as far as the galvanizing of the MPP space is concerned. Shortly thereafter, from what we're learning, the candidate himself, the vice president, will travel to the north to begin his nationwide campaign. He's going to be doing this constituency campaigning. And what my expectation is that you will have the running mate stay in the Ashanti region and do a bit more grassroots mobilization and galvanizing the base there, and also focus in some of the areas where they already have a strong footing across the country. And so then Bawumia can focus on the national picture. That, in essence, is what I expect the strategy to be going forward.
Right. Now, it's interesting. It's been said, ad infinitum, that the reason for NAPO is the Asante region and the expectation that he is well placed to galvanize the base there. But what is that actually based on? What exactly is it about NAPO? What is it about his political history or his achievements or performance that makes him the best person to galvanize the Asante base?
I mean, first of all, many point to the fact that he is a royal, comes from the Epijafie, an area very close to the Mencha Palace itself. And that gives him a certain affinity to the Ashanti Kingdom itself, which, if you come from the Ashanti region, that for many people that is very, very important. That's the first thing that people point to, and people you obviously come together around that because you see him as one of your own, and this is your stronghold. The MPP have never won an election in Ghana when they have fallen below 70% in the Ashanti region. So you need somebody who can galvanize that base there and get people out to vote. And one of the things that we need to emphasize, and I guess it's the reason why he's been selected, for every incumbent in our political history in Ghana going into your last term, as in where they are now with the 8th year, your biggest challenge for an incumbent is when you're going into an election is galvanizing your base and getting them out to go and vote. Historically, you've seen, and the reason why we've always had parties in their second term losing the elections and nobody has managed to break the 8th, it's difficult to get your base, your traditional voters, those who always vote for you, to go out there and vote. They will not turn out to vote, and they will not vote for the opposition either, but they will not show up and vote. That energy isn't there. We've seen that since 2000. We've seen it in 2008. We saw it again in 2016 with the John Mahama, and the MPP is going to have to prove that they have what it takes to break this 8. And that is the biggest threat they face. To do that, you need to go back to your stronghold. In 2016, the first time we at the election headquarters got wind of something massive about to happen to the NDC in terms of the defeat that they eventually suffered, was in the Volta region, where we spent days there canvassing the communities and talking to people. And you speak to people in the Volta region, they tell you they were not going to go out to vote. They were just tired. They were not as galvanized. They were not going to vote for the MPP, but they were not going to vote at all. They were not going to go to the polling center. That is the MPP's greatest threat in this year's elections. And that is why NAPO, for many in the party, is the person. Of course, you say, but there are other people from the Ashanti region, right? And that is where the second strength they point to come to play, which is that among the others from the Ashanti region that were up for consideration, as in the education minister, Edichum, as in the chief of staff. And of course, you know that people would have loved George also to be considered also, although he took himself off that out of that consideration. We heard from the majority leader this week tell us that he was considered, but he told me in an interview that he wasn't interested, and he sounded very, very sincere. And subsequently, he's come out to say why, because he had health issues and he really wanted to take a break from politics and focus on other things. So from the other from the other individuals who were considered in the selection process and Bawumia's own decision making, which of them had a base in the Ashanti region and has managed over time to grow a strong base of loyal, very dedicated party supporters willing to die for him, but also do the groundwork and put boots on the ground to galvanize the base. And Napo has done that. Among the national executives, he has lawyers that he has groomed, he has resourced, and put in a position where either members of parliament now or have won elections to the national executive position. And you go down and you see that really throughout the party in the Ashanti region, to the grassroots level, the polling station executives, constituency executives. A lot of them hold their current positions and they hold allegiance to him. And so when you really want to do the multiply effect and put these people out there to campaign for the party and galvanize the base, he has that because they're very loyal to him. That is the second strength that he has, that the others who were considered did not have. And that is why they put him out there as a man to do the trick for them, especially in their strongholds. But really strategically, you only don't want him in the Ashanti region. You really want to deploy a Napo in your stronghold. So you want to put him in the eastern region too. Places where you already have people. For him to go out there and really preach to the choir. Because as you know, Napo's biggest challenge will be, does he rub off well with the generality of the electorate? That is where the question is. But if you put him in a place where you already have support and people already love the MPP, you're most likely to get him. You're more likely to get him, excite that base, and get them out there voting for you at the polls on December 7th.
Now, of course, since I have all of the three heads, I might as well, tap into your analysis for all of this. Look, if really the goal here for Napo, the main focus is going to be annexing the Asante region, then let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses there. It is common knowledge that he doesn't get on well with the regional chairman. There are some issues between him and the regional chairman. How is that going to affect his ability to get the job done in the region?
Me?
Sure. Any head will do.
First, I mean, of course, Umpuni has always shown he doesn't support it. But recently, there was a public display of affection, public reconciliation.
The photo op.
Yes, opportunity where Umpuni was shaking hands. It appears to have been orchestrated by the vice president himself, which is also another interesting development. Mostly the candidate, mindful of what he wants now and the new trend, will be the one going around and engaging more. You would not need a third party brokering that kind of piece or making it look like I'm bringing them together. That's an interesting perspective in and of itself. Yes, but that's always going to be an issue. Politics, people can put aside their differences because there's a common goal. The common goal here is that if you win, even if you have personal problems with me, we are still in the same government and our lives are made easier with the African standard with that. So perhaps that's actually going to be the overriding. You can put aside personal problems or problems of, because now some have just, and it's not always the case anyway, some have reduced the contest to whether or not Napo had supported Wuntumi's quest. First and foremost, it's not only Napo that did not support Wuntumi. There were a lot more people. Some of the stalwarts in parliament did not also throw their weight behind. In fact, they were very vociferous in their opposition and also recommended that others be. He doesn't have the same level of problems with them. So there are different rates to this particular conflict. And again, there are on both sides supporters for each grouping. There is a power play currently happening in Asante, which is interesting because the feeling that Napo can bring it on board, others right from the beginning felt if we don't fight this particular feeling, it would generate into making him what he is today. So that has been part of the conversation right from the beginning. So people who equally had their own blocks within the executives be it within other constituencies, be it even within specific areas, like who gets to be a constituency chairman, wherever it's supposed to be, had been fighting at different levels. As to whether that bridge, that fight, or that difference is finally over, the campaigning proper will show. Where they decide to cooperate and actually decide who takes where. So when they come together, it's a nice thing. It's completely the case. But if they decide that I need to show proof that he's not as unifying, he's not as in control, and he doesn't have the power that people are saying, that will be difficult. That will be problematic. And that will make it very, very difficult for the party to get the unity they wanted out of Asante for votes to come out of. So that will be the other point. And again, we sometimes also reduce it to the regional chairman. He is a politician. He's a human being. He's contested elections, right, from constituency through to what they call it, becoming MP and also becoming minister. He has stepped on several toes, and when it comes to Napo, there are many. So it's not only in that particular area that there will be a problem with chairman alone. You're talking about the relevance of the campaign. The other people too. Hopefully, all of those people will now put aside their differences, because that's what happens in politics, so that they can forge forward. Or some would like to prove the point that we cannot let it be thrown aside when there is indeed a point now to be shown that he is not the guy who can garner the votes. There are results that will come out of this. Whether the person is willing to put aside the party's victory to pursue this personal vendetta in pursuit of that is a different thing altogether. But after what cameras show, we all know we are too seasoned, we are too evolved in politics to know it does not. People don't resolve problems by holding press conferences or taking pictures out of that. There are real things that gets to resolve these problems. As to whether that has already been done. And I also am uncomfortable with the reduction to the wound to me, as if wound to me is Napo's biggest headache in the area, and that when you take out wound to me, everybody in the region or relevant in Asante now comes to the table to say, oh, our king has arrived and he shall lead us through.
It's not going to be that simple.
It gives me the same impression. And see, I mean, sometimes you are not sure where some of these ideas come from. Let's explore it further. Now, you hear it more often. Oh, he's royal, so the connection is very, very strong. Please, the Parliament website says Napo is from Pechi number 2. Is Napo the royal of the corner people in Pechi number 2? And one will presume that when he says he's from there, that means that that's where his mother is from, right? You get what I'm trying to say? Or he is a Kumasi Asante royal. With which lineage? I mean, these issues will be clarified with time. But it has been part of the campaign up to this point. And I'm not saying that it doesn't help one's campaign and positioning, because one of the things I was said a lot is that, oh, Napo has the year of the Asantehene. So if Asantehene says that Napo is the chosen one, why would we dispute that? But was there ever any claim close to that?
You mean, did the Asantehene ever say?
Would he ever be in the position to say, well, this is my chosen one? Would he ever do so? But I mean, well, it's still campaigning.
So how does NAPO strategize to deal with these, intricacies in the region?
Kojo, first of all, in our part of the world, politics is who gets what,
when and how.
Yes.
Yes, that's the most important thing in our part of the world, and I use that to set the ground for the analysis that I'm about to do. You see, NAPO knows his shortcomings. He knows them. So what he actually does, and does very well, is how to recruit people. He recruits people who then do the work on his behalf. Should I break it down further?
Oh, sure.
So in Napo, he recruits people who find themselves in positions, some members of parliament, some that you would want to listen to, whose fortunes are tied to Napo's success. So these people are going to go down and must ensure the work is done. Because if they don't get the work done, and if their master goes down, they go down also. And that's why you hear the General Secretary saying, oh, he's a good mobilizer and all of that. Because he knows how to recruit people. And he doesn't, look, those who are close to him will tell you that he doesn't mind giving you something very precious to him. Because he knows what you can do for him subsequent. Also, he'll tell you about, okay, sometimes when he probably may say a thing or two you do not like, but like the boys would say, that's also part of his shortcomings, which he knows. But his ability to make you smile when you're close to him supersedes the ability to make you cry.
So to clarify, I mean, and this is a question some people will ask: Are you indicating that his strength there is in the ability to buy people's loyalty? How does he recruit them?
No. His strength is to get people to actually help him achieve his goal. And I started by telling you what politics is in our part of the world. But if I want to go further, I'd make reference to J. Kufuor's famous, "It is better to be a messenger in a ruling party than a general secretary of an opposition party." If I want to go further, I'll tell you, as much as I don't subscribe to that kind of politics, if you like, follow the political parties and follow, during presidential primary, listen to what they tell their party members. They tell them. And today, if you were to go around, a lot of the youth organizers who are working day and night to make sure that their party wins power is because they feel and believe that if their party wins, the youth organizer is going to be the YEA coordinator of the district. The organizer, all things being equal, will become the NADMO coordinator. We've seen it happening. So when you are a political party going into an election, particularly seeking to break the 8, win a third term, what you must do first of all is to make sure that your base is solid. If your base is not solid, forget it. And so, I am saying that, knowing his shortcomings, he tries as much as possible to get people onto his side who are able to do a good job for him. He personally is also able to do a good job. But, again, he has a shortcomings, which unfortunately is there for all of us to see when it comes to communication. So,
how do you circumvent that and campaign?
Good. Because of your shortcomings when it comes to communication, today you have seen and heard that Fifi Boafo becomes spokesperson for him. What that would mean is that Napo will do the usual party campaign. If you're doing the party campaign, and I quote something that Alhaji Inusaf Husseini told me someday. He said, when you're on the political party platform and you say certain things, sometimes you can be forgiving because they say, that's, the guns say, the spur of the moment, you get carried away and then you say, but today we will not forgive people who say those things. You're also going to go out there and speak to the media. Of course, he has to speak to the media. In fact, I was reading in the US, for instance, where Joe Biden, he has an interview tonight that Americans are looking forward to because he must actually prove to them whether he is the candidate. One of the things that will be happening to Napo, and I'm sure the people may have started, and in fact, read the General Secretary's statement, Raymond. Read it carefully. He admits something that Napo openly has never admitted. The General Secretary admits the power challenges. And it's a signal he sends that now going forward, we must begin to do things differently. And once you become a party running mate, it is no longer going to be me, and I can say whatever I want. Because the party's fortunes are also tied to what you say. And the handlers of Napo know this. They have said that sometimes he uses these comments to cover some of his weaknesses. What they are going to do going forward is to make sure that these weaknesses that he has are addressed, and so he doesn't use those comments to cover them. That's something that will play out for all of us to see. If they do it well, bingo. If they don't, we will be back here And we're talking about the fact that, well, the Napo candidature didn't help the NPP.
Yeah.
So a lot would depend on how his handlers do it. And a lot would also depend on how his team, and I'll tell you more about it. Let me just say something about the team. Or you want us to go for a break and come?
In fact, let's take a break and come back to this. If you just joined us, the three heads are doing all the analysis now that the NPP ticket has been properly and officially identified. Evans Mensah, Raymond Akwa, and Winston Amwa, with lots more on that when we come back from these messages.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Attention, facility management professionals. Get ready for the event of the year, the IFMA Global Africa Conference in Ghana, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium, hosted by the International Facility Management Association's Ghana chapter. This is your chance to meet the world's top FM experts, thought leaders, and innovators. Immerse yourself in groundbreaking keynotes, interactive panels, hands-on workshops, and unmatched networking sessions. Explore the future of facility management in Africa's booming built environments. Don't miss out on the epic gathering of minds and ideas. The IFMA Global Africa Conference, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium. Be there. Proudly sponsored by Fides Group. To register or to sponsor, please call 0558 368 544.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you're assured of quality education. Accredited by GTech and affiliated to KNUST and UCC, we offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experience and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
These LPG stations, do they even have permits to run?
LPG stations are safer now than ever. We are duly licensed and fully regulated by the National Petroleum Authority, with full support from the Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So why worry?
Is it true that these LPG stations are really owned by Ghanaians?
Oh yes. By refilling your gas cylinders with us, you're also supporting local businesses. Sikano Ekeya.
Oh yes. Protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Call 0302-200-390 or 0596-928-33 today and live a bill-free life. Bills Microcredit is licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
That you have missed some vaccinations.
I know, Mama Nurse, but sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the vaccinations, and work and other commitments also affect us.
But it is important to keep to the schedule to ensure the best protection for your child. If you miss an appointment, don't worry. You can always schedule another appointment. But please, do well to bring in for vaccination at the set times or not too long after the date, okay?
We have the responsibility to ensure that our children grow and develop properly.
You can set a reminder on your phone to help you remember the dates, or use a calendar on the fridge to mark the dates of your child's vaccination.
These are really good ideas. From now on, we will make sure to keep to the schedule.
Staying on track with your child's vaccination schedule is a vital part of ensuring their health and well-being. Talk to your healthcare provider to make sure your child is up to date and protected from vaccine-preventable diseases.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Gasaba, gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say ebisa museye mo gas. Afe die gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, the NPP gearing up for the 2024 election by fully identifying their ticket. Evans Mensah, Raymond Dakwa, Winston Amwa. Join us to analyze what this means for them and, of course, for their biggest opponents, the NDC. We'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about what the strategy should be across the country. In fact, Winston had a point to make about that just before we took a break. Evans is on the line as well, and we're getting back into it all. Wherever you are, don't forget to use the hashtag JoySMS when you post on X, and we'll share your thoughts with everyone. Okay, so just before that though, kingdomstoreonline.com is a portal you must visit at least once today. Check out the best stationery, best quality office essentials, equipment and furniture from Kingdom Books, and you can pay via Momo across all networks for the very affordable products that they have on display there. They will deliver to your home or office in very good time with free delivery for those of you in Accra and Tema. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And Roverman Productions, in partnership with the National Theatre, presents an original Ebo-White play titled Take Over. Raymond, you've listened to the young man.
Yes.
The flesh is weak. And if Jesus said that in an era where there's no
slay queen sentence,
infused sobolo and other things, how would he feel at this point in time? I need to see that play.
What is infused sobolo?
Now, there's total panic and chaos when Apostle Gideon returns from surgery. His daughter Mary sparks up on social media with explicit videos, while within his own church, two of his subordinates orchestrate a takeover. How will he reclaim her tarnished reputation and confront the wolves disguised as sheep within his flock? Takeover intricately weaves a tale of greed, integrity, and the unwavering love of a father for his wayward child. The play shows on the 5th, that is today, tomorrow, Sunday, next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Fridays at 7 p.m., that's only one show. Saturdays, 2 shows only at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And Sundays, 3 shows at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Venue is the National Theatre. Rate is only 200 Ghana cedis per. $50. It's less than $50 actually, $13. So buy your tickets via the Cover short code *365 *535#. For enquiries, call 0596 921 960 or send a WhatsApp to 0505 546 030. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at Roverman Productions, proudly sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix and GCB Bank Limited. Communications partner M Notify and Logistic Movers. Buy your tickets now. Roverman Productions, be the difference.
Now, Heritage Christian University College is set up to provide a missing link in the tertiary education sector through creativity and innovation. The university has since 2018, listen to this one, given a sum of 450,000 cedis as startup grants to a number of its students to start their own businesses. You go to the school, you get money to start your businesses. There's a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, practical learning, and professional certification. It is affiliated to the KNUST and the University of Cape Coast and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Heritage University Christian College is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, and these are some of the programs that they have on offer: BA Psychology, BBA Accounting and Finance. There's also BBA Logistics and Supply Chain Management, BBA Accounting with Computing, BSc Nursing, BSc Business Information Technology, BSc Information Security, Bachelor of Community and Development, and Theology, and many, many more. Master's programs are also available, including WASI. For your qualifications to be at this important school, you may have to get your WASI, ABC, GBC, HND diploma holders can also apply. And if you're over the age of 25 years, there is the maturity and mature students qualification criteria you can actually apply to. Contacts to them now should be via 0547 77 7731, 0547 777731, or 020 229 8399. The website is hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
All right, then let's get back to it. Now, just before I bring back Evans on this issue of the strategy across the country, Winston, you were saying something about the team that he must form.
So he actually has a team around the country. What he has done, and I mean, Raymond, we're talking about, in fact, when he went to, you saw that thing on Facebook, when he went to the party's campaign office, Dr. Bawumia's campaign office, for instance, it was followed by a man. Yes, he had worked at the Education Ministry previously, but currently working at the Works and Housing Ministry as Deputy Minister, I think local government, Vincent Asefwa. He's in Ashanti region. But if you go even to the Western region, Central region, Eastern region, he has a team on the ground. So these people would have a job to do in taking him to the party's base. And I agree with what Professor Ali Duseidu said. Napo's job really will be to galvanize the party. It will be Bawumia's job to appeal to Ghanaians. But in appealing to the party, Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo must make sure he does not say anything that would hurt Ghanaians. And that's the most important thing. If he says things that in the eyes of Ghanaians, and I'll give you a typical example, all die be die certainly would resonate with party members, but didn't resonate with Ghanaians. And it took Akufo-Addo 4 years to show people that he was not a violent man. So yes, his job is to get to the party's base, but he must also recognize that today, in the era of technology, the digitalization that we're talking about, where today you say something in, the tiniest places of Ghana, and all of us would hear. If he doesn't speak well, we'll hear, and that's why his team has a huge task at hand.
Evans, much has been said about the communication challenges that Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh has had. But it's possible for a person to be rehabilitated, to be trained and groomed to avoid some of these things. But are there things he may have said in the past that could still end up costing him going forward? For example, can you see Napo going to campaign in Keta?
Hello, Kojo.
Yeah, hi, Evans.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I don't see him going to campaign in Keta. Strategically, NPP will not want to do that. As has been said, as I said at the beginning, for me, the strategy should be put in areas, in constituencies, and in regions where you estimate that you have a strong footing. put him in your strongholds, put him in Ashanti region, put him in the eastern region, and isolate constituencies where you already have a strong base. That is a simple strategy, and that's where you deploy him. Definitely not in the Volta region. Now, secondly, I think it is in the interest of Napo himself for him to resign from the energy ministry. It will aid the strategy, because just for a second imagine, Pujo, that we are plunged back into another mini energy crisis, another mini doomsday. Immediately, the focus is going to be on him. You do not want that. I have had people suggest in the party yesterday into this morning that he will stay on as energy minister. That will be a catastrophic mistake. Having stayed on as energy minister will be a mistake. When people actually tell me that the reason why the Kampa was elevated to become Minister of State is because they wanted Napo to stay on as a substantive minister. But then you empower the Kampa a bit more so that he can go to Parliament and answer those questions, etc., because he's a Minister of State. And he can also act properly, clothed with a bit of authority. That, for me, will be a strategic mistake.
Is that not a vote of confidence being given by the party in his competence as energy minister, that they believe he can keep the lights on?
Well, you have to weigh in politics. You always have to weigh the cost. You have to weigh your benefits. What is the benefit of putting him there? Let's take your argument for a second, Pujo, that you want to show that you vote of confidence. You have 4 months to an election. If you haven't proven already that he's competent as education minister, competent as energy minister, then why did you put him on your ticket? So he's already shown that. If he hasn't shown that already, then this is a monumental mistake to give him the nod as a running mate, especially when head-to-head he's going to come up against Professor General Opoku. So for the competence argument, for me, it doesn't come up for even a debate on whether or not to keep him as energy minister. You simply want to win an election. You do not want to place him in a position where he becomes very exposed to scandals possibly, but generally a sector that can turn very ugly very quickly. Because sometimes, for no fault of yours, under the NDC we saw when the pipeline transporting gas from Nigeria to Ghana got erupted and there was a challenge technically, we had good stuff. Immediately it's going to be focused on you as energy minister. It has nothing to do with your abilities. It has everything to do with circumstances beyond your control. And then you put Napo in a position where you will have to go to Parliament if an urgent question is filed, or he's hauled before a parliamentary committee. And if he's there, and I am the NDC, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to get my members of Parliament in the House to file urgent questions, but also at the committee level, drag him to come and answer questions on everything in the energy sector, and put him in a position where you can have something on him that you can criticize, where you put him in a position where you expose him to public criticism too. That is why he needs to step away from the energy ministry.
That's an interesting perspective. You've also talked about, you've mentioned what the NDC might seek to do if he remains minister in terms of strategy. But what else is there? Let's say he resigns and just hits the campaign trail. With what you have all canvassed as the target, the goal to galvanize the base in the places where the NPP is already popular, what should be or what can be the NDC's strategy to counter this ticket? Evans, I'll start with you.
I mean, first of all, because he comes, and the beauty of this year's election, and that I really love this year's election, is that every single individual on the ticket of both NDC and NPP comes with a track record in government. You have the vice president, who's in government, has a track record as the chairman of the economy management team. You have John Mahama, who has been president before, comes with his own track record as president. You have Jinan Opoku, who herself comes with her own track record as former education minister. And then now you have Napo as the running mate with a track record in the education and now as energy minister. So if you're talking about strategy for the NDC, what do? You go to his track record, look at the way he handles the SHS, look at the way he handled the education ministry, look at the way he's handled the energy sector. You obviously will have to look at some of the comments that he's made as education minister. That's caused quite a bit of pain for the party at the time. Look at his recent comments around the Zoom-Sox crisis that we faced early this year, where he told us when people were asking for a timetable that go and draw up your own timetable. That's definitely our tools that you can use and deploy against them. You have to find those and deploy them very effectively. That's one strategy, for example, that they can use. And then, of course, in this country, if you tag somebody as arrogant and you consistently use that and you paint him with that brush effectively in communities across the country where being meek and being submissive and talking gently and coming out as we used to call John Kufuor the gentle giant, that sells. Any tag of any semblance of arrogance will kill you at the polls. Don't go far, just ask Akufo-Addo himself. He struggled to try and deal with that task. If you are the NDC, you want to go out there and campaign with that particular message. And it remains to be seen how the NCP will try and counter that in the way they brand and present him to all of us as electorate.
Now, Ray, I mean, these shortcomings have been parroted for long before Napo became running mate. So is there really new ammunition in there for the NDC? If so far, pointing out Napo's shortcomings hasn't stopped him from becoming the running mate, will it really be news to the electorate? Will it really be useful ammunition for them to be parroting something we already know?
I do not think that any target at saying any negative thing about Napo will affect, let's say, somebody who is a die-hard supporter of Napo today. In fact, they know it. If you say each one of them, they can explain it to you. If you mention arrogance, they will say the man is confident, and confidence is sometimes misconstrued. If you talk about his comments on education, they will say you are identifying one or two comments you may not like compared to the man's stellar performance of introducing your biggest safety net program in the Republic of Ghana. Is that really how you want to do your politics? If we bring in the Kita example, they say, oh, because his opponents took it out of context, you are also parroting what was taken out of context. So there is response for each of these ones. But there is also admission that, in fact, in a sum, they will say, it's not interesting that your only problem with the candidature is whether or not you believe him to be arrogant or not. Is it really all that you want to find wrong with a man who is seeking to partner to be vice president of this republic? Is it that you are admitting he's competent? Is it that you are admitting that in all the other areas he has excelled and that there could be a slight flaw to do with his personal attitude and engagement with people? Is that really your biggest one? And if it was, compared to all the positives that you have not, or all the things you have not said are his negatives, does that mean that that's the only flaw? That if that's the only flaw, as humans, why not give him the chance? Why? We've had people with other flaws. Which flaw would you prefer? Competence or arrogance? I mean, so I think what has been clearly dictated now, and I heard it in Nanabi consistently, is that they're not going to say, oh, yeah, we really welcome your views on this man and we are working at improving. No. They will say he is a perfect candidate. He may have flaws and dismiss the ones they feel are not true. Now, as to whether that will work on the floating voter population, I don't think so. I also do not think that even the larger population would consider more, and that's the difficulty here. You think about it slightly this way. You are given opportunity. In 2016, even before 2016, some who felt Akufo-Addo is not really somebody they wanted to vote for, thought if we have somebody technocratic in nature, comes with some integrity in the person of Mahmoud Bawumia, who appears to have ideas, politics is shifting in the direction that now people are not only partnering with people merely because they are from a part of the country or the balancing skills are what they bring on board. They are bringing some level of competence. That grouping, though it's not the majority in this country, still exists. After all the difficulties we've gone through, that grouping is looking for something beyond, oh, I need somebody who assigns a base to actually vote for. Is that group that's likely to take other matters that will be thrown out there serious? That group is not going to be convinced merely by saying, oh, well, he has been minister here, he's been minister there. That is also the difficulty there. So, yes, nobody in the MPP in who's an Apple friend today will say, oh, the question was, okay, he's arrogant, and so what? How does that give you bread and butter? How does that solve your problems? If he's arrogant and is able to solve the problems of this country, why not?
Raymond, let me just make a point to buttress what you're saying. You see, watch the NPP critically. By 2020, you saw Akufo-Addo leading his campaign.
Yeah.
In 2016, Bawumia practically led that campaign for Akufo-Addo. By 2024 January, you had seen Bawumia say that, oh, me, I was offering support services. And they make reference to Julius Debra in the north that time, who said, oh, if they say Bawumia is from the north, his mate, Aplanke, his mate. The real deal is John Mahama. So we agree with him. Now is the time. Watch this. So you have a Bawumia. So outwardly, out there, they tell you, oh, but the candidate is Bawumia. He's the one you're voting for. In the party, Mapo is doing the job for you. So they make it very difficult for you because now, and look, the NDC by 2020, remember if you realize, were actually always attacking Bawumia.
Yeah, he was.
While Nadu was the one leading the campaign.
Yeah. If I were to make this point here consistently,
Yes.
so it's as if you have elevated the running mate to main candidate.
So when they were attacking Bawumia, then Nadu starts doing the campaign. He's not doing the campaign, and so the person you are attacking is based in the northern part of the country. Together with his wife, they are campaigning. So you don't hear much from them. And so then you realize that, okay, so you are campaigning, oh, then about me, I said that. But they changed the strategy of the campaign, and I'll let Akufo-Addo lead the campaign. So you can see now, Bawumia will lead the campaign in the other aspects. He's going to be the one who will be engaging. That's why he's engaging all the people. And that's why I said some time ago that in choosing the NDC's running mate, they looked for somebody who may not hurt the ticket more than what you will bring on board. It's a case of not necessarily what you bring on board, but if you don't bring anything, don't bring a baggage. And they settled for Professor Nana Jane because they believed that she doesn't carry a baggage. So the strategy for me really is that you would see that Bawumia today, if the NDC begins to attack Napo, Bawumia will be campaigning and people will be paying attention to him, then you are actually targeting the wrong person, while the person you should be targeting is the one whose picture we're going to see.
Interesting. Lots of strands to this. Let's look at the future, right, beyond 2024. Because each of these parties, everybody who's putting themselves up for this election expects to win, right? So let's look beyond 2024. Evans, what's the long-term thinking here of the NPP, right? If indeed they break the 8, Dr. Bawumia becomes president, Napo becomes vice president. Is the NPP ready for a time in the future when Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh will be their presidential candidate?
Well, it's a natural progression, is it not? I mean, it's a natural progression that once you become a vice president, you would naturally expect that you will make the progression to become the president. I mean, every politician is in this business with an ambition to climb to the very, very top. Only a few get there, and it doesn't hurt your chances at all if you get selected as a running mate. And so, of course, down the line, that's Matthew Opoku Prempeh's ambition. But that isn't the challenge. The real challenge for me, and a big unknown, is what happens if the NPP loses elections. If they lose elections and they go into opposition, you expect a Bawumia to still want to continue. And the NPP's tradition is therefore, as you see, we saw with Akufo-Addo himself. People contested him in the primaries when they were in opposition, but he won each of them and stood for the party as a candidate. You would expect that if they go into opposition, the vice president currently, Dr. Bawumia, will again contest in the primary. You expect people to indeed contest him in the primaries in opposition. The key question then becomes, will Marty Opoku Prempeh contest it? Will Dr. Bawumia select him again at his running mate if they go into opposition? Those are the big unknowns, and for me the jury's out on that. And I guess it is something that Bawumia would have spent some time thinking about. What happens if you go into opposition? It is somebody you can trust to still remain your ally, like you were Akufo-Addo's ally in the position throughout, and never for once let your own ambition to be president overshadow the man who gave you opportunity to be his running mate. And for me, that's a key question going forward if they go into position.
Interesting.
And let me just add something to what Evans has said. Now, if Dr. Bawumia is unsuccessful in December, in Matthew Opoku Prempeh's own interest, he must support Dr. Bawumia to make sure that Dr. Bawumia becomes president. In fact, because you cannot go and contest him.
Really?
Well, we'll be here. In making that choice itself, Dr. Bawumia would have known that I am choosing somebody who, if I don't win, we can come back again. Because politically, in our part of the world, if you go into an election with somebody, then the next minute you're coming to tell us that in this country, it doesn't work like that.
But is that not what the opposition is even accusing Bawumia of doing now? Weirdly, even though President Akufo-Addo is not going to be on the ballot. But beyond that, let's not forget, by your own analysis, all three of you, by the way, and many others, by your own analysis, the strength of NAPU is that he will galvanize the base. He will galvanize the party itself, which suggests that
flag-bearer elections are party internal elections.
Well, I mean, that is the strength of NAPU, right? Which suggests that it is not the strength of Bawumia. Okay, and maybe the results of the super delegates and the delegate, the main flag bearer election might bear that analysis out, that Dr. Bawumia is not as all-encompassing as Akufo-Addo was in the party. So if that is the case, then is it not a real risk that Dr. Bawumia is taking by picking someone he himself admits is more popular within the party than him?
No, but Kojo, I do not think when people mention the grassroots thing, they are talking about all parts of the country. So one will think that in Northeast, Napo is more popular than. I hope you get my point. Or in the central region, Napo is more popular. There was something that became a problem. The treatment of Alan John Kodeche Martin, you get what I'm trying to say, created a problem for. Why did I say? A problem for Asante NPPs. Let's not get it wrong. So, at the core, many people felt the party was moving away from them. Bringing Napo on board is a form of assurance that even if you are not number one, you are still part of the most important people in the NPP. That there is an Asante on the ticket of the party. I hope you get my point. So that reassurance was not only to getting everybody on board. It was also to give hope to people who felt, well, then we have no hope at all. Because that thing really worked on the minds of people who felt, why is Chamartin being treated this way? why is the person we thought was going to be the next after Akufo-Addo being treated this way? Is it taking away our power and contribution? By bringing Napo on board, the belief is that the hope is being restored. And that's why they don't say it out there, but that's the belief. That now he can go back to the same people and tell them, you see, it all is not lost. You have a running mate there. So let them not convince you that the party has been taken away from you and that you are no longer in control and that you can sit at home and let the party go into opposition before we rebuild and rewind and come back to the original owners of it. Napo is your man. He is intricately yours and you still have hope in him. That to me that's why they keep mentioning the Ashanti region. Because it is not that there's a belief that Napo will galvanize even the base in Northeast or in Savannah or in any other part of the country.
You may have heard of the Edru Mesot, phrase at the time the MP was going into the primaries. And so, Raymond, you're very right on that. Inwardly, internally, the NPP will admit to this. But Kojo, the decision to appoint somebody that you believe is a party person does not necessarily mean that you're not a party person. So Dr. Bawumia could be a party person, but then decide that in this campaign, I want to focus on this group of people because they are also an area that I bet I appeal to the most than anybody. So if I am going to be the one to appeal to this group of people, I might as well get somebody who will do my party job for me. It's not necessarily an indication that he cannot do the party job, because let me tell you something. There are people within the NPP who have said to me that no matter what they do, and these are very grassroots people who've said, if Bawumia is not president in 2024, they will bring him back and again until he becomes president. There are people like that.
In any case, after 2024, the dynamics really changes. John Mahama, for example, even if he wins 2024, cannot contest the next election.
So that's the point. So there are people who say, like we did to Akufo-Addo, we'll do same for Bawumia. But Bawumia is better placed appealing to the non-party members, in this election. And that's what he really wants to do. So if I want to do that, I must not leave my party. So if I'm not going to leave my party, I must get somebody who can appeal to the party, particularly in our strongholds. But that's not the end, because you will realize that Bawumia is going to be starting his campaign from the north. Again, let me just give you the votes, because you realize that in the northern region, the NDC's vote, the present-day northern, is not more than 100,000. It's not even up to 100,000. It's in the upper east, that is about 150,000.
Yeah.
These areas don't have huge margins. And consistently, which we have shown, with the coming on board of Dr. Bawumia, he's been able to close that gap, even as running mate. Now that he is presidential candidate, it means that there's a lot to this election in 2024. And the real battle really could probably be the northern part of this country.
Right. Evans, I'm going to give you the final word. We have about 30 seconds. And the only thing on my mind right now is this. Napo is running mate. Does this make the NDC's job harder? I think we may have lost Evans. Oh, dear. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you guys do a quick yes or no on that one before we go.
It may be in the Ashanti region, but as to whether the counter effect across the country will be the same, I don't think so.
Churchill?
Well, in the Ashanti region, it could make the NDC's work harder. In the northern regions, in the 5 regions of the north, Dr. Bawumia is the one who makes their work difficult. But of course, as we saw in 2020, the elections would not only be won in the 5 regions of the north and in the Ashanti region, they'll be won in the whole country.
All right. Well, thank you all for that. It's time for us to take another bunch of messages from our partners, but there's more on the other side. Stay with us.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
In partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents an original play by Uncle Ebo White, Takeover.
Kebab, my boy.
Papa.
How are you doing today?
It is a battle, Papa.
You don't mean
because
it.
As the Bible says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Really?
And if the flesh was weak in the time of Jesus when there was no infusible social media, slave queens and side chicks,
Jesus Christ.
you can imagine how weaker it is today. But no fears because we have your covering, Papa.
You and Misapplied Bible Quotations.
Takeover shows on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, 13th, and 14th of July 2024. Venue National Theatre. Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 1, 4, and 8 p.m. Rate 200 Ghana cedis. Buy your tickets by the Koba short code *365*535# and at all regular outlets. Sponsors Gino Tomato Mix and GCB Bank. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
These LPG stations, do they even have permits to run?
LPG stations are safer now than ever. We are duly licensed and fully regulated by the National Petroleum Authority with full support from the Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So why worry?
Is it true that these LPG stations are really owned by Ghanaians?
Oh yes. By refilling your gas cylinders with us, you're also supporting local businesses. Sikano Ekeya.
Oh yes. Protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
At the peak of her career, she slapped with the worst nightmare of her life. Faced with her biggest decision ever, a strange anonymous caller into a radio show hurls events into an unimaginable turn. This July, Covenances in the Pants of a Woman is coming back. By popular request, Scribe Productions in partnership with Joy FM presents Ghana's first ever original musical on rape. In the Pants of a Woman shows on Saturday 20th July 2024 at the National Theatre. First show 3 p.m. Second show 7 p.m. Rate is 150 Ghana cedis single, 250 Ghana cedis double, and 650 Ghana cedis for buddies of 5. Dial *844*300# to grab your tickets now. Contact 054-609-8082. Sponsors: Foodstuff Home, Curves and Brushes, Timex Printech, and Sweet Melodies FM.
So do you like it playing?
I loved it.
Out of 1 to 10.
Oh, 10.
Get your tickets now. In the Pants of a Woman.
Dive into a new era of news consumption with myjoyonline.com, your go-to destination for cutting-edge journalism, giving you the most credible stories from business to politics and from sports to entertainment. Myjoyonline.com introduces an upgraded news website meticulously designed to empower you with an enriched browsing experience like never before. Experience the future of news browsing with myjoyonline.com.
Let go of the overpriced land, home ownership, and furnishing deals. Get the best deals for all your housing needs at one place. Visit the EcoBank Joy News Mini Fair at the Tema Metropolitan Assembly premises from July 12 to 14, 2024. The fair is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily and admission is free. If you live around Tema, Spintex Road, Bong, Community 25, Bawumia, Pram, Chopoli, and Dawa, among others, then don't miss this fair. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Planned City Extension Project from Citizen Habitat, Rent to Own, and sponsored by Elegant Homes, where quality meets value. Safety and home solutions. You think of a door, we have it. G&J Technical Services. G&J, the generator people. DPS Pipes, connecting you to life. Global Lighting, your solution to quality lighting. Superlock, you deserve the best. Everlock UPVC windows and doors, the right choice for your windows and doors. Syntex Tank, Air Strong, Air Tough, Less Fortune Limited, luxuriously perfect. DBS Roofing Industry, your roof experts. Virtual security, complete security solution. Build free solar hybrid air condition, cooling for the people. Devtraco Woodlands, a master plan gated city. Yobed Security Doors, protecting lives and properties. And Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investments. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home.
It's Friday.
Who can rhyme with the same word throughout?
Is there a body that reviews songs before they are released?
There's no accountability.
No, everything you say, I'll add shit to it.
I mean, and then that's a rap.
Yeah, shit.
Then
everybody can
except
rap.
when he mentions, he said, "Oh, something, Papa, shit."
Oh,
unfortunately. To say Papa, shit. But Papa she sang Meko Akotu Koyonso.
We got
the
reference, but we don't understand the rhyme scheme.
No. See, we can allow certain things as creativity. This one, no.
Joe Fraser.
Oh, no.
Ghana's best rapper.
Okay,
please.
Going forward, we should make the rules clear.
We beg of you.
Now, it cannot be an embarrassment to all of us in the name of singing. It's a dangerous one.
Anyway. All right, listen, your tweets have been coming through talking about the nomination of Napo, which was confirmed by the NPP's National Executive Council yesterday. A few of your tweets coming through. Shall we share a bunch of them?
Yes, Chris Pap says, so apart from the Ashanti region, where else can Napo pull votes for the NPP? At Ashite Mesters as well, NPP, dear God, I saw what you did to Nebuchadnezzar. And at Abu Timon says, Ghana is not a serious country, arrogant and disrespectful people like this vying for position of the vice president. And at Prof. Bedu says, Kufo had to wait twice, Mills had to wait, Nana had to wait, but because JM didn't wait, the clock reset and he has waited twice. Bawumia will wait twice. And at Lexan _ Doctor says, they sprinkle God in any and every statement, yet turn around and unleash wickedness upon us. Kai. And at Sami and Son says, throw in the God reference, act all humble, and show Ghanaians real shiggy when you win. This cycle needs to be put in a museum.
Wahala. All right. Well, thanks for your thoughts, and a few birthdays as well that we ought to do. But maybe we'll remind you of a bunch of things first.
Now, the Multimedia Group are the official free-to-air radio broadcast rights owners of Euro 2024, who will deliver live commentary of selected games, including the opening game and the final, with our team of talented commentators and analysts on Joy FM, Love FM, Hits FM, Adom FM, Insure FM, and Asempa FM. Apart from the live radio commentary, the Multimedia Group has also curated custom Euro 2024 shows on radio, TV, and digital, as well as live viewing events, all aimed at delivering unparalleled experience of the competition to you, our audience. The Multimedia Group's radio broadcast coverage of the Euro 2024 tournament is by courtesy of Sporty TV and Sporty Bet. Watch selected matches of Euro 2024 live on Sporty TV channel 36 on your digital TV sets. The Joy Sports coverage of Euro 2024 is sponsored by NASCO, Bring Home Happiness, Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
And let go of the overpriced land, home ownership, and furnishing deals. Get the best deals for all your housing needs at one place. Visit the EcoBank Joy News Mini Fair at the Tema Metropolitan Assembly premises from the 12th to the 14th of July 2024. The fair is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, and admission is free if you live around Tema, Spinters Road, Boom, Community 25, Dawenya, Pram, Chopoli, and Dawa, amongst others. Then don't miss this fair. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home. The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and powered by the Plant City Extension Project from Cities and Habitats. Rent to own and sponsored by Elegant Homes, where quality meets value, safety, and home solutions. You think of a door, we have it. G&J Technical Services, G&J, the generator people. DPS Pipes, connecting you to life. Global Lighting, your solution to quality lighting. Superlock, you deserve the best. Everlast UPVC windows and doors, the right choice for windows and doors. Syntex Tank, you're strong, you're tough. Lesh Fortune Limited, luxuriously perfect. DBS Roofing Industry, your roof experts. Virtual Security, complete security solution. Yoben Security Doors, protecting lives and properties. And Clifton Homes, beautiful homes, wise investment. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, get a house, make it a home.
All right, now, of course, we're all thrilled to offer convenient ways for you to enjoy our programs wherever you go, okay? So you can now listen and watch your favorite programs on Joy FM, Joy News, Joy Prime, Love FM, and Hits FM through our YouTube channels and all major podcast and streaming platforms. Stay updated with the latest news on myjoyonline.com, both the website and the app, and follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok for all the entertainment and informative stories. Okay, shall we do a bunch of birthdays?
Yes, this one says, as a belated happy birthday to Dr. Engineer William Amuna, who is a former CEO of Gridco and acting CEO of MIDA. So, a belated happy birthday to you. This one says, happy birthday to my son, Kobla Seiram Sechofia Aklobotu. And also brother and friend Dr. Joe Kojo Tambil, who's medical director of Efian Kwanta Regional Hospital. Yes, sir.
Okay, so...
but Kojo... birthday queen.
Yes, indeed. I was going to save her for last.
Please do.
She's already here and I've received my birthday hug already. Let me say a very, very happy birthday to the queen of the airwaves, Her Royal Majesty Doreen Andor.
Yes.
Yes, a.k.a. Vuvuli.
Let's give her a K. Let's give her a K.
One could dance to a K.
You can do a moonwalk to K.
But Kojo Hansen should be doing this for you. Barracuda.
I've noticed that DJ Ubeti never participates in K.
But Ubeti,
we'll deal with it.
Drop one of the songs that Barracuda was going to use to do the dance championship.
It's Doreen's birthday, not
Barracuda.
Enough of the Barracudin. All right, and also while we're wishing people who are lucky enough to share a birthday with the Queen, let me say a quick happy birthday to Dr. Emanuela Abassa Konedu. She works for the ministry. Yes, aka Kinafama Maria Carey, right? She's a pharmacist with a wonderful voice, making waves on social media. And it's her birthday today. She works for the Ministry of health. Happy birthday to you, Ella. Okay, happy birthday to, I hope I've said this right, Melika Rina Awude. God bless and give you good health, long life, and may all your dreams come true. It's from your mommy, your daddy, Kimathi, Auntie Esenam, Auntie Harriet, and Sherry. And this is a birthday wish from Kojo Armstrong. Here's another one, Madam Francisca of Tema. A very, very happy birthday, 70th birthday. May God continue to watch over you and grant you good health. That's from Uncle John of Chaska Pharmacy in Tema Community 9. One more. We've done this one already. Did you do Christiana Della Akbalu?
No, I haven't done.
Oh, it's her birthday today. She's at Awudome Estates, and this one is from your daughter, Princess, and the entire family. God bless your new age. Oh, goodness. So many of them, eh? Happy birthday to Madam Fafa of Ghana Immigration Service Enforcement Department. Wishing you a fantastic 40th birthday. May this year be filled with laughter, love, and amazing surprises. Is from Edzi and Co. Let me very quickly do this rapid fire birthday wishes to Ninoy, Emanuela we've done that one already. Emmy Bampo, Felix Osborne, Philip Mensah, Betty Annie, Benedict Yob, and Sefa Nkrumah, my mate from Augusto. Amy Jackson also celebrated her birthday today. Happy birthday to all of you. And thank you all so much for listening. It's been a wonderful week with you, and it's time for a bit of rest. And then we'll be back on Monday with even more, full of beans and ready to face the week. Until then, have a restful one and keep it locked on Joy. On behalf of the team, thank you for listening. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the